the last Wednesday of the month, so you know what time it is. It's time for you to go ahead and enter into the man cave.
Real quick, what play we gonna run?
You look like a coach, though, man. You do like a coach.
As always, a Smoooth Productions.
Hold on. But Deion Sanders is not making $93 million.
Now,
$93
don't never dip your pen in the company ink.
I'm glad you said pen. I thought that was going a different way.
No,
I didn't know where that was about to go.
Well, you can clip this. If I gave you $168 million, I want to know what type of fabric software you're using on your initiatives. You know what I'm saying?
The person you want to be. You want to be Steph. You want to have that range like that. You know, not just have the range. I mean, Steph can get to the cup.
We're going to have that platinum tier for the platform Sportstalk. You know what I'm saying?
We need some platinum sponsors. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying?
Messy.
He could be described in 3 words. He's so horny at that moment. Yeah, I said that. That's going in the highlight tape. I know it is. You know,
Knee alone. Friday, knee alone.
Fresh Prince knee alone.
the best man. Me alone, man.
Well, anyway, it was a good run while it lasted. So,
Then they were exactly who we thought they is.
And that's why we say we look at the guys that are in our OTE arena is who are you? You know,
Crazy story. The first time I touched a basketball court, I cried. I didn't want to go. They forced me to go. They put me in the van.
It's a give back to allow the young people to experience the game, to learn the fundamentals the right way.
All right, so it's the Man Cave coming to you live from the Platinum Sportstalk Network. My bad, Smooth. I won't mess it up no more. I got you, man. I got you. All right, you know what?
It's a platinum show, man. It's a platinum.
Yeah, the show is platinum. That's why I keep saying it.
Oh, snap, surprise, surprise. It's me. After a long 2 months, your boy is back. It's Stanton, baby, and it's the last Wednesday of the month, so you know what's going on. It's the Man Cave. I want to shout out our ultimate producer and his team over at Smoooth Productions. I want to shout out the ladies that hold it down every first Wednesday with Ladies Night. And then I want to shout out the regular crew that holds it down every other Wednesday. Speaking of the regular crew, can I introduce my bros to you? That's what I'm going to do. So first up, I'm going to introduce the guy that's been here longer than me. He is an OG here at the show. He is the real estate DJ. He's my DJ. He's one of the coldest DJs on this side of the Mississippi. I want y'all to show your love right now and give it up for Sadal.
Sadal, the selector, the real estate DJ, real estate investor by day, DJ by night, and on every last Wednesday here at the Man Cave.
Yeah. What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Doing well, man. Can't complain, man.
Good to hear.
Another
Good to
Wednesday
hear.
night.
Come on, another Wednesday night. We doing it right. I'm gonna keep this thing going because we're here for a good time and a long time. So coming up next, he is the blackest man in radio and therefore the blackest man on this podcast. I want y'all to give it up and show your love for Craig Black.
What up, family? What's the deal, y'all? What's going on?
What's happening?
What up?
How are things over in the DMV?
Man, the DMV is lovely, man. It's beautiful right now, man. We're getting some of that St. Louis weather right now. The thunderstorms, a little bit of hail, kind of nasty right now. But nevertheless, we still DMV all day, baby. Yeah. Community Cuts for Kids is coming along with those commanders. All right, what's up, fellas? They don't like that.
Anyway,
we're going to move on. That.
We got one more brother to bring on right now. We'll have someone else as we progress, but I'm gonna bring on this brother right here. So technically he's the new guy, but he's got the experience of an OG. When he talks, he know what he's talking about, just like everybody else on this panel. So I want y'all to show your love for my boy Mario.
Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you guys. How y'all doing?
What's happening?
I like that shirt, Craig. I like that shirt, man.
Oh, hey, man. Hey.
I like that shirt. That don't mean y'all gonna make the playoffs, but I like that shirt.
Hey, man. Hey. Doesn't matter. I'm for my team. I'm with my team, man. Doesn't matter at all.
I can't even front, man. Y'all finally got a franchise quarterback.
I don't jump ship and run to other cities. That's what I don't do. But let's go right ahead.
Who they draft? Who did they draft?
See, I was giving you your props.
Mario, who did they draft?
Me and Mario were having a conversation. Why y'all in me and Mario's conversation right here?
Take that back, man.
Yeah, they drafted Jalen Daniels, but I mean.
Oh, okay, all right.
Gonna see.
Yeah,
come on, Bryce Young 2.0. Let's go. All right. Well, hey guys, we're here. We got a lot of things to discuss. We're gonna hop right into it, y'all. The NBA playoffs are still going. Surprisingly, I thought we'd be singing a different tune on today.
I thought the sides
would be set. Look, right. I thought we was gonna get the sweeping, 2 floors at the same time, simultaneously. But as you can see, the Timberwolves just somehow managed to live to see another day. You win some and you lose some, but you live to see another day. And that's what the Timberwolves did, extending this series to a game 5, I believe, on tomorrow. I believe it's tomorrow night, game 5 in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. So, fellas, we're going to stay on the West right now. Let's talk about the Timberwolves, since we're just talking about the playoffs in general. They've got the biggest upset of this playoff series, if I don't say so myself, in eliminating the current the reigning NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets. Craig, what was your thoughts on that series, all 7 games?
It's like night and day between them two teams. Like the team that played the Nuggets, the Timberwolves that played the Nuggets, are a total different team that are playing the Mavericks. You know what? Because the NBA is all about, in my eyes, in my opinion, the NBA is all about matchups. And that matchup against the Nuggets was almost perfect for them. That defense, that smothering defense that they had was almost poetic the way they played their defense against the Nuggets. It was just beautiful. It was a beautiful thing, But it seems like when they took it to Dallas, it just I don't know. It just disappeared. The defensive pressure, the intensity, it kind of just faded away for some reason. I don't get it, but to focus on that series was excellent. I thought that was like one of the best series I've seen in a long time. Just by the way they balled out. Them young dudes, they surprised me a lot. And I really thought that tandem, those two big men, Gobert and Cat, I thought they were going to take them the whole way, but I let somebody else jump in, man. I'm just kind of shocked at what's going on right now against those Mavs.
Mario, it's the look you had on your face the entire time Craig was talking. What's on your mind, bro?
I mean, Craig, right? I mean, and the NBA is all about matchups. I mean, Minnesota was built for a purpose. They did what they were supposed to, and that was to beat Denver. A lot of teams in the West didn't really rebuild to beat Denver. Minnesota did. They played them tough. They played them the best. I think actually, really, to be honest, it's like they played their best basketball when they played Denver. When they got to Dallas, things sort of like changed. If you look at it, it's Cat's getting his, and I'm talking about not Cat. I mean, Ant-Man is getting his. He's just not getting a lot of help from his supporting cast. On the other side, Dallas is getting help from their bench. Did they get help from their bench last night? They didn't, and that's why they lost. But as far as the way this series is going to go, if they lose tomorrow night and they go back to Dallas, I think they'll close it out in Dallas. I can't see Minnesota winning down 3-0 and turn around winning the series. Only one person has done that, and y'all know who that is. And that was LeBron. He's the only one that's done that. Been down 3-0 and turn around and won a series.
Well, he was
Yeah.
down 3-1.
3-1. Well, 3-1.
That one make a difference.
Yeah, that one make a difference. But he's the only one that has come back and won a series and won an
That
NBA.
That is true. That is true.
He did it against the Warriors, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Draymond wasn't there. Draymond wasn't there for a couple of games too. So
my God.
Excuses.
Anyway, so Mario, would you say that they prepared more for the now instead of preparing to win it all? As they were built just to beat the Nuggets, they didn't say, well, what happens once we get past the Nuggets? That's what you're saying?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say yes and no. Are they built for the now? Yes, they are. Are they built for the future? I think they are built for the future. But I just think that if Cat can play consistently, and that's part of the reason why they struggle so much in this Dallas series, why does it take the media to spark a flame in you to play basketball every night? That's your job. That's what you paid money for. That's what people come to see. But for some of the comments that he said during his post media press conferences, I do not agree with. You know, like him saying that he putting up 1,500 shots a day. Really? You putting up 1,500 shots a day, but you shooting 4 from 32 behind 3. Come on, man. Come on, let's be real. Let's do the numbers on that. Kobe didn't put up, you know,
look. He might shoot 1,500 shots. He said shoot. He ain't say make. It's the difference between putting them up and putting them in. You know.
Yeah. But why are you 7 feet and I still consider? I mean, why are you 7 feet, man? You get down there and put your back to the basket. Get on that box. Get on that box, man, and make it work.
Y'all know when it comes to that.
What I've seen is the Mavs big men have outplayed the Timberwolves big men. My old dude, my dude from the Wizards, Daniel Gafford, and I think the other guy name is Lively, the one that can hit in his head. Is that his name?
First of all, Gafford was on. He was on the Bulls before he went to the Wizards. You welcome.
But he was at the Wizards last, and you know it. Nevertheless, he's been balling.
You got him from us. You welcome. You got him from us.
He's been balling out of this world. We let him go, so it really don't matter. The Wizards do what the Wizards do. We get good players. We let them
Bulls
go.
Bulls too. Damn
we
it.
Just let they come in the door. It's like a revolving door. They come in, sit for a while, then they go and win a ring, win a championship, make playoffs. They do all this bullshit.
It's the Jimmy Butler effect. That's what I call it. You make the wrong choice and then they prove you wrong.
They have been out playing Gobert and Cat point blank. Just like you said, Cat has not been showing up, and they have them two big men have been the difference. Other than them not being able to stop, and I think it's a little bit of coaching too with the Mavericks because. Was it 2 games ago? 2 games ago when they put Gobert on that island against Luka. Why didn't anybody blitz? Somebody's supposed to blitz. So I don't let anybody else, let Kyrie, anybody else get that shot over. Oh, get that shot off. Do not put that man Gobert on the island like that against Luka. Come on now. That was torture. That was torture. That was bad coaching. Somebody's supposed to say, hey, do not switch. Or if you do switch, you attack him. You double team him. Come on, now. It's like, get it out of his hands. Let Kyrie beat you.
I know somebody on social media said that shot, Luka making that shot over Gobert just had an overwhelming hint and stench of racism when he did it. It just didn't feel right. Damn. But hey, yo, Sadal, what are your thoughts on this series so far?
Man,
Timberwolves in general, man.
I'm talking about the Timberwolves. Well, it's just like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde with Cat, man. You don't know what you're gonna get out of him. That's one. And 2, no one anticipated that backcourt that the Mavericks got. That Doncic and that Irving connection. You got 2 closers that can put away a game at any time.
Keep going.
You know what I mean? And that's what they did, just that in a lot of these games in this series. So yeah, they were built to beat the Nuggets, but they wasn't expecting this backcourt that they got over at Dallas.
Somebody put an organ backing track behind Reverend Sadal right now. He in the word.
I don't
He
even
is
know
in the
basketball
word.
like that, but I know what I saw.
Hey, you was preaching right there, Sadal. I'll get ready to pass the collection plate around.
I got a few dollars for it. I got a few dollars for the collection pass and keep it going.
You speaking some true word right there. That's why I was like, I was over here humming, man. But
hey, so you speak about the tandem of Luka and Kyrie. I saw this Facebook post, and I know it was made in good fun, but it's got some truth to it. Why did Kyrie not want to play second fiddle to LeBron, but he's okay playing second fiddle for Luka Doncic? Can someone tell me this? Can someone make this like
when
what?
he was with the Cavs when he left?
Yeah, he didn't want to play under LeBron's shadow. Yet, we're talking.
LeBron
Maybe
is
it's
a jerk.
maturity.
He didn't want to be there no more.
I'm gonna go with what you just said, Sadal. That is what has happened. If y'all have not really paid attention to Kyrie, he has evolved. He has grown. He has matured. Through all the controversy that he has been through, and everybody know he went through a little controversy, and that's part of that. Could be why he did not make the Olympic team. That could be, but Kyrie has evolved, and if you look at his game is better this year than it was last year.
But I really think it has not. I think it does have to do with maturity. But to go back to the past Kyrie and the now Kyrie, it's from what he's been through. I think is BS, and we see that it was BS now because how they threw him under the bus, and it really has come to light inside. Well, some media is understanding that it was BS, but some media won't admit that it was BS. All that they put him through right now, because you got a lot of guys that were just dogging him out, trashing him, dragging him through the mud, and now they just love Kyrie to death. It's so funny how it's just so night and day right now. It's like, hold up, just almost a year and a half ago, you couldn't stand this man. Retire, get out the league. You're garbage. You're trash. And now you're like, oh well, he's the best. He's the best Batman. I mean, the best Robin to a Batman ever. He's the best second option. I mean, the way he just lets Luka, he's a great teammate. Man, he always been that. He always has been that. It's just that you misunderstood what he did, and you won't admit it. It's like this media is, I can't. And Stephen A is one of them. He kind of admitted it a little bit, but he didn't apologize enough. He didn't apologize enough. That's for me, though, but I don't know.
Real quick, we're going to take a pause for the cause, because we have another panel member ready to get on this show. Ladies and gentlemen, the resident 29ers fan, please show your love for T-Bone Funk.
The resident 49ers fan.
He said 29ers.
Oh, the 29ers. Oh my God.
Speaking of football, now that everyone's here, breaking news. Anyway, breaking news. Craig, put a smile on your face. The Commanders have voted a whopping 54% to keep the current name.
Washington football.
So it's in a private chat, brother.
Is it the Washington football team?
Nope.
No.
What's
their gimmick these days? What's their gimmick?
It's the one he was loud and proud about. It's on his shirt. Show us your shirt.
It's the Defenders. It's the Defenders.
Show us your shirt, Craig. Nope, wrong league.
No, guys.
They're trash too.
It's the Commodores, guys.
No, it's the Cumberbuns.
Breaking news.
That is who they are.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah,
Washington Cumberbuns.
Oh, they are hard on this man. They hard.
Show us your shirt. Show us your shirt, brother.
We love the hate. We love the hate from the 29ers and the St. Louis Rams. We love the. Oh my bad. We love that hate. we embrace it. We embrace it.
Rams, LA Rams. We got a ring.
Even the 29ers got a ring before the whatever football team name you call
Look,
yourselves.
whatever name you want to give them.
Hey,
The
man,
Commanders ain't got no ring.
I
The
understand
football team
hostility.
ain't got
I
no
understand the
ring.
hostility when your girlfriend leaves you over and over again. I understand when you get mad. She keeps dumping you over and over again, man. I understand the hostility, man. She just won't stay with you no matter what you do.
Hold
That
on.
girl will not stay with you. I don't know. I can't figure it out, man. No matter what you do, man. No matter how many cars you buy, no matter how much money you spend, no matter how many times you get her nails and hair done, she just gonna leave you. Except
Look,
look.
They gave us a settlement, and our streets are getting fixed. I'm fine.
One second. Because there's only been one person so far on this show to give me a proper hello. Hey, Miss Dub, how you doing? Huh?
I gave you a proper greeting.
You gave me
What do you mean?
a proper. If we can digitize these fingers, I'd give you a proper. I'll tell you that.
Don't do that. We're monetized. What are you doing?
if I could digitize those hands, you get them.
Well, digitize your thoughts on the Western Conference Finals right now. What we all thought was going to be over last night, it's living to see another day. If you look at your screen, you'll see the breakdown right now. What are your thoughts on this Mavs Timberwolves series?
The Mavs are still going to win. That's it. There ain't nothing else to say. They gave them a game. A gentleman's three. All right. You know, a gentleman's sweep, I guess. All right.
So what is it called if they get 2 games? It's a gentleman's what?
Giveaway. A sweepstakes.
Sweepstakes.
Many will enter, few will win. To complete this entry, please go to. Okay. Well, look, that's the West. Over on the East, yet again, for the second time, I want to say in 3 seasons? The Boston Celtics are going back to the finals. Their opponent is to be determined. But I want to talk about something in this series. The Eastern Conference Finals MVP went to Jaylen Brown. Now, there was some confusion among social media, so I just want to clarify this. The Eastern Conference Finals MVP goes to the best player within the Eastern Conference Finals series, not the entire playoffs on the East side, just that one series. It still shouldn't have gone to Jaylen Brown based off of statistics that were shown at the bottom of the screen. C'est la vie. Voting is voting. Just wanted to get that out. But guys, thoughts on the Celtics making it back for the second time? Is the second time going to be the charm, rather the third?
Automatic, systematic, man. As far as
what?
The Boston, Boston just taking that whole conference and going back to the finals, pretty much. Grand opening, grand closing.
I just hope they don't choke. If they choke again, if they don't win, it's all about the title right now. If they don't win the title, it's going to look bad. It's not going to be.
They must win. They must win because
how the media
times they've been in the playoffs.
The media is going to dog them out. Something terrible. Terrible. And they're going to put it all on who? Jason Tatum. He's going to get all the hate, no matter what happens, how good they play, no matter blah, blah, blah. If they don't win it, it's going to be all on him. It's sad, but that's just how.
Him and Jaylen Brown, because they're gonna make the argument, man. You got two of the best players in the league on the same team, 8 of the 10 years going into the playoffs, and you can't win one championship.
They will bring up the fact they paid that man $304 million in the offseason to not deliver again if they should screw the pooch. T-Bone, you have your hand raised.
I may have been sitting in the lobby for a second here as I was waiting to get whatever greeting that was, but you don't think Kyrie is going to get a lot of hate if he don't beat them?
Kyrie's going to get a lot of hate because it'll be in Boston, and that's just a story that writes itself every time.
Either way, one of these sides, somebody's going to have a lot of explaining to do, no matter who loses. Because one way it's going to be spun, one way it's going to be spun that Tatum can't get it done, and another way it's going to be spun where, look, he ain't got LeBron, so that's what it is.
If anything,
I disagree with that.
I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about the media. What you don't think that's going to be a narrative? Because the story.
No, because because he's actually playing the second role right now. He's not the lead. He's not the star. You got Luka, that's the star right now. Luka is the number one option. Kyrie is playing a good Robin right now. So it's like, if anything comes down, I think most of the media is going to go on Luka, and then it'll come trickle down to Kyrie. You know, Boss is going to hate on him no matter what. But I just think the overall scope is going to shine on Luka Doncic. It's not going to be on Kyrie. Kyrie's kind of playing the real. He's actually in a great position right now. I really think Kyrie's like, it is what it is, you know. If I show up, I show up. But I think Kyrie's a killer. Come on now, they got two closers.
Killer Kai.
So it's like,
let's see what happens.
Mario, it looked like you had something to say about whether.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something real quick, real quick, fellas, and then I'm gonna exit the building stage left. I should be back before the show over with though. You got two closers, Doncic, Kyrie. Two of the best closers in the game. You got one of them can be option one of them can be option two. It doesn't matter. On the other side, you got Boston as a team, as a whole, not just Tatum Brown. You got Boston as a team, as a whole, and if Porzingis can come back and be healthy, it will be a great series. I think it will. If it's Dallas. Well, it should be Dallas and Boston. It's probably going to be Dallas and Boston. I'm going to go ahead and speak it into existence. But I don't think, to piggyback on what you were saying, T-Bone, it won't look like Kyrie couldn't win it without LeBron. I think all that is done. That's bridge under the water right now. I think that's over with. He's not in his shadow anymore. As far as the Boston thing goes, is like what you said, Sadal, and I agree. It is a must win for them now. It is championship or bust for them. You've been here 3 times. Do you want to be like the Buffalo Bills were when you get to the Super Bowl 4 times and don't win? So right now, Boston is, to me, the one that really has to have that drive and that passion and that dog mentality every night to come out there and prove that, hey, we want this more than you guys do. We've been here before. And that's my take on that.
All right. Well, Mario, we appreciate that. Understand you got to go. Hopefully we'll see you before the show ends, brother.
Okay, I'll be back, fellas.
All right, cool.
All right, man.
All right. Speaking of playing under people's shadows, that person being LeBron, his friend and agent, Rich Paul, let a cat out the bag before it got to the media. That LeBron James is now a free agent. No longer bound to the Lakers. Declining that player option, allegedly.
A few days after the draft. But yes, for all purposes, yes.
I'm a smart move by Rich.
It is a very smart move.
Let's run it up. Let's run it up, baby. Let's run it up.
When you think about it, that's a double-edged sword of a smart move. Not only does that put eyes on LeBron, but that puts eyes on your guaranteed LeBron ticket in his son.
And you know
we'll get to that later. We'll get to that later.
The further, okay,
huh? Yeah.
I was gonna speak on that a little bit. Speak
on it, brother. What you got?
Now, to really further the storyline, a couple of weeks ago, LeBron was spotted strategically in Cleveland at a playoff game. He was invited by Cleveland owner.
Apparently it was BYOB.
Right. He came in right at the end of the first quarter and strolled right on in so he can have a grand entrance and but it was nothing to it though,
He would have had a grand entrance whenever he walked in that building.
He was just catching the game though, it wasn't nothing,
he was just home hanging out. He was at home hanging out.
Just hanging out back home, visiting mom, friends, family. Where I spent a majority of my career.
Nothing for the Lakers to worry about.
Nothing at all.
Nothing
at all.
Who's got the top lottery picks right now? Who's got the top 3? Do we know who's got the top 3 lottery picks? I hope it's a team that can.
Oh, the Wizards got number 2, baby. We got the number 2 pick. Wizards got number 2 pick.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be great. I wish the Washington Wizards would pick up Bronny James. Then what? Then what happens?
Well,
another 20 years of nothing in DC. That's what.
Oh no!
What happened? Another 20 years of no playoffs, no fans at the game. Another turmoil. That's what would happen, T-Bone. Why do you want to happen?
Hold on. Go ahead, T-Bone.
What I was gonna say is, I mean, if the Washington Wizards pick him up, then the question comes, because he said before his dream is to play with his son, and he's got the option to play with whatever team will have him, even if for some of the teams like the Phoenix Suns that would include playing with the veterans minimum. But I wish the Washington Wizards would pick him up, because then we have, what do? Do you? I'd love to play with him, or do you say, Genie, I dream of Genie. Come on now.
Hey, but you know what, T-Bone?
Genie, get my boy. Get my boy, Genie.
You know the age-old argument right now, Jordan, LeBron. You know Jordan finished his career with the Wizards. Who did it better? That could be a little argument there if LeBron goes to the Wizards.
If the Washington Wizards waste their number 2 pick on Bronny James, I will come on this show and cut all the facial hair off my face. Okay, I'll show you my eyebrows.
Hey! Somebody clip this. Somebody my head right now. Clip this.
If they waste the number 2 pick, if you idiots waste the number 2 pick, I'm cutting everything off. It'll be Craig's community cuts for everything. The eyebrows. That would be the most idiotic, the dumbest move ever in pro sports. Why would you waste a number 2 pick on somebody that shouldn't be in the NBA? For what reason?
Because you'd be trying to get the other one.
Hey, Craig, let me say this, Stanton. Craig, I've been on this show the longest, and Stanton can attest. You know, predictions like that. Oh, and T-Bone, you've got experience with predictions as well.
Yeah, dude.
I wouldn't do this, Craig. I would walk this. Hey, man. I would walk this back right now.
That. Listen to me. Bump that. Bump what Sadal saying. Sadal just talking. Listen to the guy that makes the predictions. Don't do this.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And you know what? I already made a prediction. I still got my 5-year championship for my Commanders. I still got that out there as well.
Hey, brother, as a 5-year veteran, don't do it.
For the record, I tried, y'all.
Can we get a rendering of Craig with no hair, no beard?
Come on, we gotta get that just to get a preview.
We need a rendering.
Do that. Just in case I lose, we'll show that.
Look, you remember when they had Steve Harvey with no facial hair, like no mustache or nothing? It'll be something like that. Come on, somebody, we just gotta remove it all. Just make it all a shade of black brown, and then we'll see what it look like. They're gonna call that brother Milk Dud.
I hope my Wizards aren't that dumb.
I mean,
you better hope.
Okay, so the Hawks at the first pick, Wizards, then the Rockets.
Oh yeah, y'all ain't getting that. Y'all ain't getting that. Y'all not getting that. Y'all, you think the Hawk? Well, they're not gonna take him number 1. But I look. You know what? We're here.
We're not gonna take him number 2. If we take him, it'll be like in the second or third round. How many rounds is in basketball? 2 rounds. It'll be late second round. Late second round.
60 picks, and that's it. Hey, so you
chicken and rice and corn.
Hold on. Who getting dinner?
Who
the hell getting dinner?
I apologize. I do apologize.
Sounds good, bro.
Brother, what the hell?
Hey, wrap it up, man.
I do apologize.
This brother out here getting supper on air. What is happening?
Hey, I want some too.
I did not get it.
Y'all got crystals? Y'all got crystals hot sauce? Y'all got Tabasco. Y'all are crystals of Tabasco house.
Honey, They can hear you.
Can you go to the harbor? I'd like some crab cakes. Crab cakes.
Can I look? I'll just
Yeah, you know.
I'll just take one of them big old slices of pizza.
That's
that's
the wife. Yeah, if y'all want some chicken, yeah, she got some chicken. I'll send y'all something.
Eating good over there, man.
Is it a fried chicken? What's happening here? White meat, dark meat.
I got the hot teriyaki chicken. Some teriyaki chicken. It's some good teriyaki.
You can't put no hot sauce on that. Hey, man.
Teriyaki. Yeah. Woo.
Oh yeah,
come on.
And I will say she can cook her ass off. But y'all go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right now, but yeah. So we're here. So Craig, it sounds like you don't want it to happen, but you believe it's a possibility. But as for everyone else, do you guys see Bronny getting drafted within the top? I'll say 10. Within top 10 picks, do you see Bronny getting drafted?
Hold on, I gotta see this.
No, I think second round, late second round.
I think it's gonna happen in the first round.
You think somebody's gonna be that bold to do that? I don't think.
Think about what you're getting, because for all practical purposes, especially if you're the right team, for all practical purposes, you're gonna get him and you're gonna get the dad.
Yeah, it's a used car at this point. 20 years and
certified
miles on it.
No. That's a 20-year-old car. He got 100,000 miles on that car. I don't know what you're talking about. This car is LeBron James. It's a 20-year-old car, but it only got 120,000 miles on it. It ain't. Look, he got some advanced car tech that's rolling the odometer back. So it's like, yeah, you think he got 200-some thousand miles on it? Nah, he just got 120, just a good 120.
Sadal wants to see the Carfax, okay?
I was just about to say that.
Carfax.
Hey,
show me the Carfax.
Hey, that car had an oil cell treatment on it. You know what I mean? Oil cell.
Hey, that car did have an exhaust replacement in 2018.
Oil cell.
No, he didn't. the car is LeBron James, not Dwight Howard. It didn't go overseas.
Had some cell treatments done to it. That battery's got a new charge.
Okay, so Sadal, you said second round, right?
I say late second round.
T-Bone, you're saying first round.
From what I'm hearing from like draft experts in the NBA, they're talking about.
Yeah, they say he's not. They say he's about that. But I mean, if you think of strategy and you can get yourself a 2-for-1 special, you know what I mean?
All you got to do is throw him 10 minutes in the game. That's all you got to do. Is throw him 10 minutes, make sure him and Bron is on the court for part of them 10 minutes, and that's a happy dad.
And
here's my thing. If you're looking long term, what? Okay,
long term.
LeBron James, maybe 1, maybe 2 years together. After that, you're stuck with Bronny.
Who's the last team?
Do you think he's gonna be? I know he's. I know he's got a name, but still, I mean, just looking at him just as a player, just alone.
So, Don, let me ask you a question.
I don't see him as a player that can,
Let me ask you a question. Like if you could get LeBron, if you pick up Bronny, and you could get LeBron, and you could get LeBron at the veterans minimum. Oh, look at that face. So you saw that? You saw that? I saw it. Everybody saw that out there. America, y'all saw it. He blinked. He saw it. I done sold him this used car already. I done sold him the used car and the spare parts.
It wouldn't be smart. I'm like Craig. It wouldn't be smart to do that.
So let me throw this.
But I'll say this for the right. I do believe for the right franchise. So let's say what's the alien franchise outside of the Wizards, and that's just not doing good.
The Bulls, the Chicago Bulls, the Chicago Father-loving Bulls,
the Hawks,
the Bulls, the Bulls.
Who had a terrible record this year?
Oh no, not the Chicago Bulls. We made the play-in.
Detroit. How about Detroit? Detroit. It would make sense there.
Why not?
If you can get him for, because LeBron, he is he is a used car, but he's a used car that runs. He's a good Honda. He's a good Honda. You know what I'm saying? He
a
runs.
good Toyota. A good Toyota. Toyota's
Toyota,
built to
Honda,
last.
yeah,
It's the 2004 Camry still trucking on the road somewhere right now.
Yeah. So, but it'll make a difference. It'll put some butts in the seats. You know what I'm saying? They'll sell some tickets. You know, it'll get some fanfare. You'll bring some attention. You bring some revenue in. You know,
that's what you want, I guess.
As much as I knock our honorable GM, you can't say that he can't get other people to come with him.
You know what? I'm glad you said that.
I would have said that maybe like 10 years ago, but
Cap, I'm glad you said that, T-Bone. No, Craig, I got a question for you. Now, what if at the second pick of the 2024 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards did select LeBron James Jr., Bronny James, whatever he'll be called, thus bringing LeBron? And what if because of that, your hometown hero came home?
KD?
Oh, look at his face. Look, he sold too. He done sold his car.
he got his eyebrows up too.
Boy, he got some door-to-door salesmen over
You
here.
know what? You know what? F it, Smooth, because I never thought I'd say Kevin Durant's name in a good tone on this damn show. Clip it.
But you gotta understand. I don't want none of them. You know why I don't want none of them? Because we have been losing for the last almost 30-some years, man. It's like it's probably more than that. The whole thing is we need some fresh, young superstar talent. We don't need these older guys, these dudes that coming down the last couple of years of their career. We don't need that. We don't need that. We need some fresh, young talent. We need some. We need to find a Jason Tatum. We need to find a Jaylen Brown. We need to find a Luka Doncic. We need to find something. We got to draft somebody that's going to be a difference maker like that. You know what I'm saying? Something that we can build and start the franchise around. Not somebody just to bring in for a couple of years, a little bit rah-rah, and then we right back to the bottom of the league again. It's like, it's crazy. You know, the fans in DC deserve more because, you know, it's just, they're just terrible. It's terrible. It's not even, it's nothing nice.
What's more than LeBron James? I'm sorry. What's more than LeBron? Victor Wembanyama? I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know,
man. But where do you expect to get these players when there are no I don't see any oh my god talent in college basketball right now. So what do you do when that's what you've got to pick from?
We're gonna have to find a sleeper. It's gonna have to be one of them superstars, one of them diamonds in the rough. Gonna have to come and just become a star. You know how it is.
Fred VanVleet,
like a Jimmy Butler, or somebody. You know what I'm saying? You got to come out of nowhere and just to be a straight up baller. Yeah,
Fred VanVleet.
Who is he? Who does he play with now? He's with Chicago.
He's in Houston with the Rockets.
Rocket. Okay.
Yep. Him and Dylan Brooks was supposed to be the backcourt that took over this year and did nothing. Sheesh.
Craig's gonna have to look over to Europe for what he's looking for.
Yeah.
We got to import something.
He gonna have to get him someone 7 feet tall because you can't teach that.
I mean,
hey, yeah.
Jesus, I ain't heard that in a while. Oh my lord! Oh, all the bad things just came rushing back. Ah, Lord, dang. All right, moving on, like WWE did. So with Bronny solidifying his spot in the draft, the report did come out that he will forego his college eligibility to stay in the draft, which is a shame because if you would have stayed in the NCAA, played a few games, you would have got paid for it. Oh yeah. I should have. You didn't hear?
Are we changing topics right now?
Hey Stanton, I gotta grab some popcorn because I want to see this. I want to hear this.
Are we about to talk about picking players in college?
Oh yes.
I want to get
Yes,
my
we're-
popcorn ready.
Hold on.
We're,
Let me
we're,
make
we're
sure
about to start talking
I'm
about. Yes,
hearing
Craig.
this.
Yeah,
Let me
Craig.
make sure
You hearing right? You hearing right?
Yes, I'm hearing right. Do we have
The
some
NCAA will now be paying their players with money, not free meals at school. Not
Can is the key word.
can. There we go. Sheesh, that's even worse. Dang. Can start paying their players. They are now allowed to start lining their players' pockets with funds. Craig, it's been a long time coming, brother. So I am going to allow you the opportunity.
You know what? I'm not going to
get
sit
it all
here and
out.
gloat and tell two people, a producer and a T-Bone, that I was right because I know I was right. I'm not going to gloat and say that. Nothing like that. I'm just going to let you know this is just the beginning. First it was Dion, then it's the NIL, and now it's paying the Power 5 students. It's slowly, but the wheels are turning. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to rub it in. I'm not going to say that, I knew what the hell I was talking about. I'm not going to say anything like that. I'm not going to say that I was right from the beginning and all that. I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to rub none of that in. Okay? I'm just going to let you know it's coming. It's slow. The wheels are turning slow, but eventually, in the next, I'll say it, probably before our lifetime is out, it'll be an even playing field across all college sports because the man understands he got to pay that money now. But y'all go right ahead. Go right ahead, Mr. T-Bone. I don't know if Smooth want to jump in there either, but go right ahead, gentlemen. I'll sit here and just wait.
Including lacrosse.
It'll go through all. It'll go to the what is that? The pickleball. It'll go to the pickleball team.
Badminton.
It'll go to the chess club. Everybody's gonna get paid.
Look, HBCU is gonna start making spades teams. Everybody,
yes, we have a Power 5 spades tournament.
Come on. Them PWIs gonna get cussed out something ridiculous. Man, get your ass off this board.
Wow. $30,000.
And we gotta watch when they say you read nigger.
What?
Wait, we need that. We need that clip. We need that.
We had a phenomenal day today. Nigger League Museum and Arthur Bryant's barbecue.
Is yes.
Oh.
Now, I'd like to point something out.
What you pointing out, T-Bone?
If any of you have a calculator, I'd like to point some things out to you. Oh, what does that do for smaller colleges who don't have the resources of larger colleges? Will they have trouble recruiting players?
Yes. It just got worse.
What will that do to your Division II and lower income Division I schools? That's going to be a problem. But let's look at something real quick. For example, the media account. Let's see how much money. Looking at the back pay for the previous students, again, that's going to result for some money, for some large sums of money for some, and some smaller sums for others. But the problem is that as you go along with the way that this settlement was made here, the amount of money that each player is going to be able to get from this deal, when you factor in just how many players in sports there are for all Power 5 conferences between all sports, is not going to be a lot. This is one of those things.
Got your calculator, and I'm just sitting here waiting with my calculator.
Let's see. Hold on. This could end up hurting. Oh, however, this. Let me read a little bit of this article, which let me cite the Chronicle.
Right, I'm sitting here ready to go, calculator in hand. I'm ready to do some good math, and he ain't gave us a number yet.
I didn't know we were getting to this right now.
You're the one that told us to get our calculators.
No. Okay, so
boy, you're the worst math teacher since Mr.
Two important components of the settlement. The first is the roughly $2.8 billion that all conferences and the NCAA will pay to current and former athletes. Current and former athletes. So that's 2.8 billion divided by current athletes.
Wait, my calculator can only go to nope, there we go. I had to turn it the other way. Divided by who?
I'll say turn to the side. Horizontal, landscape mode.
Yep, I got it. Scientific and everything. What we doing?
So you got 2.8 billion to all the current athletes and past athletes over the past so many years. Back to 2016.
What's that number?
Let's look here.
Jesus.
Hey man.
How you ain't had none of your factors? How you gonna tell us? Class is in session. Now, did y'all bring y'all book? Because I didn't. What kind of teacher?
All this calculating don't mean a damn thing. The point is that the player's getting paid. I don't care what type of
hold on.
It
might mean something.
1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 2 equals 10. 10 plus 10 equals 20. I don't give a goddamn. The players are getting paid.
2 plus 2 equals 4, brother. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
2 equals 12. You know what? Long as the players are getting paid. That's all we're looking for. It's starting now, and it's going to in the years to come. It's going to get better. This is one settlement, but it's going to happen over time. It's
okay. Forget the calculator. The problem with this is that nobody is going to give away money without knowing that they can find a way to recoup the money that they're giving.
Ticket sales.
Well, not just ticket sales, tuition, raising tuition for everybody else. And also, if I'm giving you compensation for paying in money, do I have to pay you? Do I have to give you free tuition?
See, let's get back to this American greed thing. Let's go back to this.
Can we get back to what this number of athletes is? Because I'm sitting here with this 2.8 billion, and my divide is hit. All right, I'm waiting
still
for
trying to calculate this number.
Look, you're the one happy they getting the money. I'm trying to see how much money they're gonna get. Shit, I'm on their side, Craig.
Okay, all right. So if you take the 2.8 billion, divide that by 100,000, and tell me how many you get. Tell me how much you get.
$28,000.
What?
$28,000.
All right, so I'm giving you $28,000. Who's to say I had to give you
right
free?
there? I'm okay. I'm fine.
Who's to say I had to? But who's to say I had to give you tuition now? And tuition is a lot more.
You can't renege my scholarship.
Well, we talking about new people coming in because, as Craig's pointed out, it's not going to stop here. So if it's not going to stop here, then if I'm giving you compensation, I don't have to give you now. I can charge you for tuition or some type of discounted rate for tuition or whatever. But I'm gonna recoup my money.
They're gonna unionize these players. So the money is protected and not circulated.
T-Bone. I believe what you're saying is not really. I don't think it's going to go that direction at all. My opinion is the money that's going to be coming in the future TV deals, the future marketing that they're going to have on top of these athletes, it's going to create more revenue that's going to be needed. It's enough money. That $2 billion right now could be divided up between all division 1, 2, and 3. To be honest with you, if they did it the right way. But nevertheless, hold on. Let me finish. I just think over the years there'll be another regime of executives that's going to come in and work out a system to make it work for everybody. It's not, it's not no more of just, I'm just pocketing all this money. The man is not just going to sit at home stuffing his mattress all night. It's going to be an even way to spread it across everybody. It's going to be enough money for everybody. I believe right now is what we're seeing is the repercussions of the greed. People are trying to scramble right now because, oh shit, I can't pay for my 5 mansions in the, I don't know, in the Maldives. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Wherever, it's like, okay, I got to scale back now because now I got to pay the piper. It's a bunch of BS, man. The whole system is corrupt. It's been corrupt, and now all this is a little crumb. This ain't nowhere near the tip. This is another crumb they throwing out at the kids. This ain't no major thing, right? This ain't no major win. Let's keep it real. This is not a major win. This is $2 billion. Okay, the settlement. Let's put together how much money they've made in the last 10 years with all their deals Let's put together all that money. What's $2 billion right now? Come on now.
I guess about 20
ESPN's
million
deal was
per-
like
per
$5
year.
billion. So that's just that alone right there.
Dr. Umar Black, because he showed me just it's not gonna last. Another regime is gonna come in.
So you do realize that college sports,
But we need the snow bunnies in college sports. I'm sorry.
You do realize that these sports take place in America, right? You sitting up here saying that they're gonna find ways out the goodness of their heart to find ways to pay these players and everything's gonna be right. Have you forgotten where you live? There is no way that
it's not the goodness in their heart. It's about making deals now to make sure that they keep these kids coming through to play their sport so they can keep their machine going, man. That's what it's about. It's all about to keep the wheels of the machine spinning right now. It's not about it.
And you see, when you say everything's going to be made right, you take it as, well, the athletes are getting paid, but when everybody is having to send their kids and now the cost of tuition is going to go up significantly, is that really making everything right?
Well, maybe they'll come back to the HBCUs where tuition is affordable. How about that?
Here's a little monkey wrench in all of this discussion here. We're talking about the NCAA. They don't know how to run nothing. They barely know how to run their mouths. They've been quiet on this whole issue for the past 2 or 3 years. They've seen this thing coming. There's no leadership at the NCAA level. So it's just like the Wild West right now. And there is no controls. There's no caps. There's no ceilings. There's no floors. There's no nothing in place. And that's the problem right now. They don't have a good handle on it because the NCAA doesn't have a good handle on their whole organization. There's not one person on the NCAA that you could point the finger to blame because it's a committee of people. And they have to get it right. They have to get it right as an organization, or it's going to get worse from here, man. It's going to there's also going to be different moving parts going haywire.
There's also probably going to be additional lawsuits that are given, because if you're allowing those players to get paid, then again, you got Division II, you got Division III. They're going to say, well, hey, I play football for the NCAA like this person plays football for the NCAA. Why don't I get paid like they get paid? I don't have control over the revenue that's made from this. That's y'all dealing. But for me, I play and I am a similarly situated person as this person. So
that $2.8 billion is getting smaller and smaller and smaller when you talk about.
Well, no, that'll probably wind up being a whole different settlement. But again,
can I just get my 28,000 go by?
So let me understand this. So
probably looking to get $28.
Let me understand this.
That's fine. That's the type.
It's also going to come to people getting paid to distribute the money to the players.
I have a straight question. I really don't.
They got to pay them out of something separate.
I really don't know the straight background of what this payment came about. So is this is a settlement and this is a one-time thing, T-Bone, or is this something that's going to? Is this going to be an ongoing thing for the next couple? That's my whole question. That's what I need to really understand. I don't really. I heard they're getting paid, but I didn't read the background.
There's a couple pieces to it. So one part is the $2.7 billion that's going for the past 10 years, and also for the current and past athletes from that time. They're getting the $2.7 billion. Separate from that, moving forward, there's a revenue sharing plan that allows each school in the Power 5 to share up to about $20 million per year with athletes. Each school, $20 million. But that's also probably going to factor in people who are now going to have to be brought in to distribute payments, monitor. There's always going to be other people who are getting paid from this additionally. So that $20 million is probably going to wind up being probably about 15. And anyway, by the way, if I'm giving you 28,000, well, let's look. Let's see. 28. How many you got? How many people on the football team? How many people?
53.
No, that's NFL. It's about,
Yeah,
like
so,
about 70, 80 people.
So you got 70 from football. How many on
right.
how many on basketball?
75.
Yep.
75. So how many on basketball?
20. Is it 15 or 20? 15.
15.
15.
Are we counting managers?
No.
No,
That's
they
just
on
the team.
payroll. Because
They're working.
no, they already on payroll.
The student ones?
Through stipends and scholarships.
Well, aren't the players too? They're on scholarships.
It specifically said athletes.
But
Yeah.
if I'm
It
a coach,
specifically said athletes.
You gotta pay their
if I'm
students.
working for this team that's generating revenue and I'm helping contribute to them doing what they need to do, why wouldn't I get paid too? How about the band?
That is a sport.
By the way, those band scholarships do say NCAA on them, by the way. I do want to point that out to you. But hey, all right. But hey, let's go with we got 90 people so far. Now we got a baseball team at most schools. How many people's on that baseball team?
Everybody preaching today. I'm like, good Lord.
You know, they go to the World Series, the World Series. I mean, that's broadcast on ESPN 1 and 2.
You're talking about 25 people, maybe.
So we talking
baseball team.
25. Now we haven't factored in coaches, taxes, fees, and all that. Now, but let's see, volleyball team. What we talking about? Another 10?
You got volleyball teams, yeah.
10? What about those cheerleaders? There's cheerleading competitions.
Yeah,
that's another 10 or so.
You got
that's about 15.
You got tennis and golf and
tennis and golf. Let's chalk up another 20 people to that. There's some bowling leagues out there and some in some of those
NCAA bowling. Yeah.
Hey. About wrestling, huh?
The teams. Yes.
We talking about about 25 right there. What else we got? What lacrosse, soccer?
I said lacrosse a long time ago. Damn it! Don't act like it's fresh. I said
we said you forgot pickleball, man. The pickleball teams now,
and badminton.
How many
and you got the cornball teams too.
Track and field though.
And you got the rowing teams, swim teams, the rowing
teams, swim teams.
Oh, you got hockey too. Don't forget about hockey. You got the hockey team.
Powerlifting teams. Don't they got powerlifters in college?
Oh, you got track and field. You got track and field.
Hey, let's.
You said track and field already. My bad.
Let's talk about
golf. Did you say golf already? Did you say golf?
I said golf.
All right. My bad.
Hello.
We ain't factored in triathlon and all. Well, let's call this about 300.
Did you say tetherball? Did you say tetherball, Sadar? No, you didn't.
Did we say powerlifting? But
you
said powerlifting. Damn it, is my mic on? Shit.
Now the chess team, chess is actually a sport too. You got the chess team. Yeah.
Look, it's a game of chess to get them paid. They gonna
We're talking about a lot of people, right? We're talking about a lot of people who need to get paid $20 million.
I didn't even factor in the band to my calculation, but we're gonna call this when we factor in all these additional sports
it's
and everything.
11 players. All right.
Let's call this about 450 people. So we got 20 million. 20. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Divided by 450. So now we're looking at about $44,444. But we ain't factored in no coaches. Because we were looking at the wrong number, because that we were looking at that 2.7 and trying to divide that by so many athletes. But when we looking at a team here, it says 20 million per year. Each school gets that, so we talking about 20 million. And then we factoring in, athletes. We haven't factored in coaches and whatever bureaucracy is going to be needed to pay these people. But
how were the coaches getting paid before, T-Bone?
Not those coaches. Not okay. I'm talking about those student managers and stuff like that, the statisticians, all those, the water people, everybody who contributes to that team.
Trainers.
That's the word. Couldn't get it out. There we are. Those trainers, they deserve to get paid too. Now, is their pay going to probably be the same as the top athletes? Probably not, but they're still going to get paid. But so we're looking at probably about 44,000. Now, I'd like to point something out. Now, when you get tuition and room and board, you know what you don't get?
Food.
Taxed. You don't get taxed. because tax is going to come into factor with this. So we're going to have some people getting taxed.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's earned income. Earned income is about what? 40.
With all this calculating you doing, can you outside of this, since you said it may continue on, can you tell me how much revenue one Power 5 just football team brings in for any university? Can you tell me how much revenue that one football team? Let's use a team like let's use a team like
revenue?
Alabama. Let's use a team like Alabama. How much revenue? I'm just asking the question. How much money?
And I'm trying to
clarify,
revenue or profit. Those are two different things.
We'll say profit. How about that? We'll go profit. We won't even say revenue. We'll say profit. How much profit do they bring in? How about that? Just throw a number out there. Alabama. What do you think they bring in per year?
No, we're not going to throw a number. Here at the Platform Sports Talk Show in the Man Cave, we throw out accurate figures. All right, we ain't just gonna throw some shit out there. I don't know what you're talking about. He said, just give me a number. Give you a number. Who do you think we are?
Let me look up.
Stanton has a number. What's the number, Stanton?
Oh no, I ain't got nothing. I don't know where you got.
I thought she was gonna give me a number. God damn it!
I don't know where you got that from. You got some of that teriyaki sauce in your ear or something.
They make the entire for Alabama.
I got a number here.
Go ahead with yours first while I scroll them.
They brought in 2023 about $46.6 million in 2026 in profit. The football team.
There you go. That's that 20 million right there. They'll make it back.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Hold on. Let me
$125.8 million in revenue, $79.2 million in expenses.
So that is just the football team we're talking about. Now we're talking about. Can I get a number? Just the average number of the revenue split they get from the TV rights to the SEC network.
That would be the football, though. I mean, that would be part of that. That would.
That's everything.
You think that's everything? Yeah, that's everything. That's stuff from the TV. Everything. You telling me from that TV deal? That's all they get from that
media rights. Their media rights are $49 million. Let's see. For the past few years, 2020 it was 49. 2021 it was 50. 2022 it was 53 million.
So about an average $1 in TV revenue.
Yeah. So 49.5 to 50. They can make that money back.
And by the way, when Alabama media rights, I'm talking about for all of their sports. That's not just football.
Oh, that's all sports. So yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was my numbers were just the football team.
Okay.
So we didn't throw basketball in it. We didn't say basketball. We didn't say baseball.
I just said that was
money.
I just said that was for all of their sports.
That's all the sports.
So Dawes just said that was just for the football team.
No, so Dawes' numbers was football. T-Bones was everything.
Right.
So we add those two numbers together. Is that not correct?
No. So
I know you want this to be
Dawes is a chunk of T-Bone's number. So Dawes was just football. T-Bone had the SEC network, so they show all the sports from the SEC schools. So they show the baseball, the basketball, the football, the what else? Soccer, rowing, all that, everything.
Tennis.
ESPN
1, 2, 3, and 8, everything.
As far as revenue in total, they generated about $214 million in the year that I'm looking at, which was probably 2022.
See, that's 10 schools right there.
But that's revenue. See, they made 214 in revenue.
What was their profit?
Their expenses. Their operating expenses were $195 million. So their profit wound up being $18 million.
Huh.
Yeah. Which is crazy. That's crazy.
Because it costs a lot of money to maintain those stadiums. It costs a lot of money to recruit those players. It costs a lot of money to house those players. The expenses for the tuition.
But yet they pay a coach $111 million a year. Do the numbers. How the hell does that work?
Well, they don't pay him that no more. He retired.
What over the year last year he talked about they gave him that 11 million. So that's 11, whatever it is.
I pay you $11 million, and in return, I'm eventually going to generate 18 million.
That's good business.
I paid this guy $11 million,
and I made
$18 million.
So I made that 11 back with 7 to blow.
T-Bone channeling his Mr. Todd right now.
That's not good business. That's not good business. That's not good business.
How's that?
That's not good business. That's the NCAA. That's stupid. You want somebody $7 million to make 8 million, 18 million, and what is that? A $6 million bump? What is that? A 9? I don't know what the hell the man. It's
by the way, Craig. Again, I'd like to point out we're factoring in all of sports. So if you're talking about strictly football, the football team probably made a lot more than what you see in these expenses.
46 million.
They still have these other teams, including basketball, baseball, whatever other sports that they have that are not generating that revenue, but still have a lot of expenses.
True, very true. And they still have enough money to pay everybody. No matter what you say, no matter how you put it, there's enough revenue to pay all these students. Wait a minute. Whatever you say, I understand. The way you lining it up, you're going up and down. Every year, there's enough money to pay all the kids, man. Whether way you look at it, it can be broken down to a hold on. It can be broken down into a payment for the kids. No matter which way you look at it, how you see it, and whether they're making $50 to $100 to $20 to $10, they can get some money put in their pocket. They should be able to get something per month in their pocket, no matter what. Instead of right now getting nothing. Not having to go to an NIL, I'm saying something in their pocket. You go from making whatever you make, whatever your revenue is, you make 18 million a year. That's great. That's what you keep in your pocket. That's beautiful. You should be able to pay each and every student athlete at least $100 a month or a week to put in their pocket to give them something. You feel me? You making this like, oh well, this is just the beginning of it, man. Right now, they're not getting nothing. They're being greedy, and you would try to defend this American greed, and it ain't going to work. They got to pay the kids something, man. You got to, man. No matter what it is, you're going to have to pay these kids something, and that's what's going to happen.
Craig, I hear what you're saying, but let me ask. I'm gonna point out 2 things. I worked at a little amusement park down in Orlando that may have a mouse as a mascot. And when people we'll call them that, all right. When people go to work across this country, when they come across this country to work for them, and I'm doing a college program and I'm going to work for this place down in Orlando or near Orlando in the place that they call Celebration, or Lake Buena Vista. When I go down to work for them, and I'm in college, they pay them, right? They pay those college students, right? Mm-hmm. You know what they also do? Those college students have to live in their facilities. You know what they do when they live in those facilities? Mm-hmm. They charge them to live in those facilities. By the way, we're not talking about, hey, kid, come down here. We'll give you a 1-bedroom apartment and we'll charge you a fair rent. No.
Let me ask this one question. Are those college students at that amusement park on national TV every week bringing in revenue over $100 million a year? Revenue on national TV every week. Are those kids doing that in that amusement park?
Are they combined? Probably.
No, they're not. Now, one of them kids are damn Mickey or Minnie Mouse. Nobody's even Goofy out there, man. So what are you talking about right now? Wait a minute, man. Pay the kids some money and be done with it, man. Come on, man. You reaching right now with me. Man. Stop it. Get the kids some money. It's enough money to go around for these kids, man. Stop trying to take money out of the kids' pocket. Pay the kids some money. You're greedy. You American greed, and 29ers got you twisted, man. But you know what, fellas?
I'm telling you what they're gonna do to the kids. I'm not saying the kids shouldn't make money. I'm telling you that if we keep going down this route, it is not going to turn out well for the kids. That's all I'm trying to point out. Because eventually someone's going to say, we're paying the money. Why are we paying their tuition? Or, okay, we're paying the money. Why are we paying their room and board? Do we
let
pay
it be bad? Let's experience something bad for the kids. It ain't been great for them in the first place. So let's go the bad route for a little while and see it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't been all hunky-dory for the kids all along. So why not go down the bad route for a little bit? Let's just experience that. Let's make a change and let's see how making a left this time instead of going right all day and see how it happens. You know what I'm saying?
What?
But with that being said, gentlemen, I got extra stage left. My time is gone.
The round is over.
The round is over.
Everything been going right. Let's take it to the left.
Yes.
Speaking of which, it's about time I left the show.
Yes, I gotta go. I'm gonna say this before I leave, fellas. Hey man, Community Cuts for Kids is coming, y'all. 2024. It's going down August 10th and August 11th in St. Louis. All the locations on the website. Go to creationsfoundation.org. Hey, I need some barbers, y'all. I need some stylists to help me out this year. I got 4 locations over 2 days. 4 locations over 2 days, and we're doing it on a Saturday. 2 locations on a Saturday this year. So barbers and stylists, come on now. Just donate the time. It's all for the kids, man. Shout out to the Man Cave. Shout out to my man Smoooth, actually, for promoting this and putting it out there for the kids. St. Louis, helping out St. Louis. Barbers and stylists, I need you. I need your help. And I'll be back next month begging for you again, okay? So once again, go to creationsfoundation.org. I got to go. Whatever T-Bone said, don't believe it. I'm out. Peace, y'all.
Oh, man. Well, look, it's been it's been one great show, and y'all, we not even done yet.
Not even done yet.
So right now, I wanna circle to a very commemorative day in the history of not only baseball in the MLB, but in the history of baseball as a whole. It was just announced yesterday and again today that the stats from the Negro League are now going to be integrated into the MLB records, meaning that all the great things that happen in the Negro League will now be cemented in Major League Baseball records. And if you take a look at your screen, you will see the inclusion of those players from the Negro League. Now, I'm trying to read this thing, right? And it's kind of hard to read. The Negro League.
We had a phenomenal day today. Negro League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
The Negro League. The KNEEGROW. That's how I gotta spell it, so you can understand what I said. The Negro League. As you can see, we've got the addition of records from Josh Gibson, Oscar Charleston, Judd Wilson, Turkey Stearns, and Buck Leonard in the career batting average leaders. If you look, Josh Gibson is now first with a 370. Is that a 372? 372, yes.
Yes.
And then when you look at the career OBP, I believe that's what it said before the label got in the way. I think it was the on-base percentage. Yep, there we go. Thank you. Thank you, producer. Again, you've got Josh Gibson, Buck Leonard, Oscar Charleston, and Judd Wilson on that list as well. And then when you look at the career slugging, oh man, look at that. Josh Gibson, I'm just going to go on record and say arguably the greatest Negro League player of all time by these stats. Josh Gibson again.
Not just Negro Leagues.
Just in general, greatest baseball player of all time.
The world.
Josh Gibson, Mule Suttles, Turkey Stearns, Oscar Charleston again, and career OPS is Josh Gibson again. Oscar Charleston, Buck Leonard, Turkey Stearns, and Mule Suttles. Boy, that was some names.
Hey,
y'all give it up for my boy Turkey Stearns. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, a monumental day just in the history of baseball to have all elements of baseball documented, and I'll say it, in a period where our history is being erased, to have it included is a major step. So shout out and thank you to the MLB for making sure our story continues to be told. Fellas, your thoughts on this?
Man, this is a great day in baseball. I'm really really proud, you know, to have these athletes, these men really be recognized in the proper way. You know, for a long time, the stories were ignored. And they try to erase the story, and now they have been properly cemented in the record books, literally. And so when you know, I think back to people like Buck O'Neill and his stories about the Negro Leagues and playing and coaching these guys, and his stories about Josh Gibson. One in particular, I'll never forget it. He said he remembers hearing a distinct sound off the ball coming off the bat from two people. One was Bo Jackson in Kansas City, and the other was Josh Gibson. And he just always talked about the greatness of Josh Gibson, and what if Josh Gibson would have played with his contemporaries in the major leagues and had that opportunity. We never would get that chance, but with the magic of baseball and the magic of the of numbers and the way they work out, we really get to see how they stack up against each other. So I love it.
And real quick, to answer Ms. Dub's question, OPS is when you take the on-base percentage and their slugging percentage. They combine the two numbers, and then that gives you the one number, the OPS. Before I get T-Bone's thoughts, I want to welcome back to the show. Mario has returned.
Hey,
all right, awesome. Welcome back.
You did some
welcome
reps,
back, brother.
You said get some reps in.
I said I was looking in the back.
Nah, bro, I'm a push-up guy. I'm a push-up guy.
What's we see the bench press right there. It's
right there. Hey, act like you don't see it. Act like you don't see
it. all right. T-Bone, on this monumental day for baseball, what are your thoughts?
I'd like to know where the Rays and the Marlins are going to relocate now that the Negro League stats are included in Major League Baseball, because they're going to be forced out very soon. So where do you think they're going to go? San Antonio? Well, maybe not Texas.
Hawaii?
Hey, there we go. Anyway, I think it's great that, you know, at least some distant relatives will be able to know that their families are being recognized, and that we'll be able to see these stats where they rightfully should be. You said the major leagues, but the real question is, was it really the major leagues? It was the one that had the money. It was the one that had the access. But were they the best players out there? We will never officially know, but I think we know.
We officially know now by the records.
I got more to say about some naysayers on this on the length segment. Stay tuned for that.
Well,
we're gonna build on this conversation later.
Oh, why we gotta give it to? Okay, all right.
No, you're
spoiling stuff. Damn.
I had to get a little teaser, because you know
you didn't, because they didn't know what was happening.
My blood pressure got a little raised when T-Bone was talking, when he was talking about these people that are, you know, who was really the best and things like that. But
I think we're
gonna wait.
Anyway, I think it's good. I think it's about time. Maybe we should recognize some other people for some more stuff from the past when they couldn't participate and do some stuff. Maybe there should be some reparations all around.
Oh, that's the magical word.
Mario,
your thoughts on the MLB integrating Negro League stats into the record books?
I mean, it's long overdue. I can say that it's probably long overdue for a lot of stats as far as what Negroes have contributed to sports. So I just think that, you know, this right here will probably, you know, it's going to change baseball a little bit. I think it will. And I kind of I'm laughing at what T-Bone said earlier about them 2 expansion teams. So no, you know. I mean, it is what it is. But yes, this is a great day for baseball, and it's a great day for sports as well. And that's my thought on that.
Just the way he said Negroes, I wasn't
Yeah,
expecting
yeah.
hearing that. So it caught me
Like,
off. Showing up Negroes, huh? wait a minute.
Hey, this a family show, or is it not?
We had a phenomenal day today. Nigger League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
Hey,
I think they refer to us as Black or African American nowadays. I don't know,
Right.
Negroes,
The recognition
it's a
of,
historic
of
name.
Negroes. What in the 50s?
Hey, these Negroes, boy, they can play some ball, boy. I tell you.
These Negroes, boy, they swing that bat. I tell you.
They can swing that bat, boy.
I'd be like, swing, Negro, swing. Anyway.
y'all funny.
Swing. I can't say what I want to say.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
And I wanted to say something too, so I just kept it PG. I just left it in.
Hey, we were probably gonna say the same thing. Oh man. Oh,
Oh man.
Well, now that
I'm
he
not
put
gonna
that
use
warning out there. Anyway, it's been
I'm
a
not gonna
great
use
show.
it in this context, man. I'm gonna stay respectful for the subject at hand.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We're just gonna move on from this subject. We're gonna come to a local team here.
Oh, is it them? Is it them?
No,
It's
it's not them. It's not them. They're
No.
nowhere on the lineup, brother. I mean, well, shout out to them. 11 of their last 13 games have been wins.
Hey, you gotta give them credit, man.
You got to, because this ain't normal, which is crazy.
Because I'm afraid this is gonna be the only streak they're gonna have like this.
For those of y'all who only tune into the Man Cave, which I don't know why you would, you should check out the Platform Sports Talk Show every Wednesday.
Check out the who? Check out the what?
The Platform Sports Talk Show. And also don't forget to check us out next week for I'm sorry, not check us out, because we're going to be checked out, because next week it is Ladies Night, whereas they'll be checking in, and that's right, every first Wednesday of the month. I haven't done this in a while, it's been a minute, but every first Wednesday of the month you can check out the ladies and you can check out their opinions and their views. They're here with us right here on YouTube. And hey, speaking of YouTube, why don't you go ahead and subscribe and click on that bell, so that way when we go live, you will be
notified.
That's right. You can also check us out on X at 314 Sports Talk, Facebook, the Platform Sports Talk Show. You can check us out on Roku, and you can see us in high definition. And while speaking of high definition, you can check us out on Hot 365 Radio, where it's always hot. You can hear us in HD quality radio. Check us out on the Twitch stream as well, Hot 365. And let's see what else we got here. Man Cave Ladies Night Sports Talk Show. That seems about everything that I can remember from doing this back in the day.
What a segue.
It was like
what a segue that was. We just went right into that.
So smooth, about as smooth as the roads on the landing.
I think it was rigid.
Smooth with 3 O's.
Hey, and this is a smooth production, by the way. So keep that in mind. See, I had to add that in. You know, I'm trying to get it all together.
We got you, Mr. Producer.
Do we got that rendering of Craig Black yet?
Oh man, I just noticed Craig was gone.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you missed a lot, Mario.
A few weeks.
You missed a lot.
Oh yeah, you
go
missed.
back and watch the
preaching.
Oh,
Everybody
trust
was
me,
preaching.
I'm gonna go back and watch the replay. I'm pretty sure I missed something.
My goodness.
Oh man, you missed a lot. All I know is every time somebody preached, I need my producer to put a backing track over it in the key of G on all of them. Everybody in the key of G. But No, the local team I wanted to talk about plays a little down the street from the team that T-Bone is so faithfully repping. Talking about the St. Louis Battlehawks. Now, in just 2 weeks, the Battlehawks will be playing in the XFL Conference Championship game against the San Antonio Brahmas.
First of all, you need to say the name proper. Say it again. And if you're gonna say the name needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Say the name.
Which name we talking about? I said 2 of them.
Our team.
Okay.
You know the call and answer.
The San Antonio Brahmas will be the hold on. Can I finish? Can I tap into my Paul Heyman real quick?
Let him cook.
Damn. The San Antonio Brahmas will be beaten, victimized, and conquered by your St. Louis Battlehawks. There.
You're cooking. I'm hungry right now. I got my thing here. I'm ready.
Are you challenging the call? What is happening over there?
That was a
Craig still owe us a plate. You know, by the way, I'm still hungry.
Right, Craig. Don't forget, you owe us a plate, bro. You're gonna come on here with some teriyaki chicken.
That food from National Harbor, some crab cakes, please, if you will, Mr. Black.
Man, I mean, he gotta. That's too much driving. You gotta go out there. It's dark right now. Who trying to go? No, it's too dark for all that. And anyway, as you see, we've got the playoffs coming up just next week, next Saturday for us. I believe it's here. Yes.
Yes,
it will be here. So basically, if everything goes well, we've got 2 straight games at home. If everything goes well. However, some people believe 3 straight games.
We may have 3 straight games at home. Yes.
Do they play at home this week?
They play at home this week.
Okay, so yeah,
that is conference championship.
So that is 3. I don't know why I thought this was a away game.
Everybody, it'll be 3 because the UFL championship game will be here in St. Louis.
Yes, it will. We had that news before everybody else, and then haters gonna hate.
Myself and Stanton will be there.
Yes, I will.
Luxury.
Yes, I will. I ain't never been in a suite before, man. I'm excited. A whole buffet, man. What? I ain't got to worry about drunk people. Well, I might. I ain't got to worry about. I ain't got to worry about tight spaces. There we go.
There you go.
It was nice. It was nice. We're gonna be living in luxury. I might put on my Versace glasses just because.
Hey, did the window that already?
What?
Did the window close on that opportunity already?
Man, that been closed. I put in a lot of warnings in that, man.
I
tried. You got a good. I tried.
No.
Stan was like jumped right on him.
It was like me.
I'm sorry. I couldn't. It wasn't my decision. Like,
no, you said mine is uncertain. That's why I was asking. So
yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Maybe next year.
There's still seats available. Just not the suites. All right.
It's still seats, just not in suites. But Sadal, my XFL championship viewing buddy, what do you think is gonna happen over the course of these next 3 weeks, since we gotta beat the Brahmas next Sunday, and then we gotta play them on the first, and then we got a lot to do. And
here's the deal. All right, we don't really have to beat the Brahmas next week. We really don't.
It would help.
It'll be a nice victory if we do. But just to keep in mind, our team has been beat up for the past couple of games since the Birmingham game, and it looks like I've been frozen. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so our team has been beat up for the past couple of games, but we got to heal up. So I think AJ McCarron is going to be out for this week, but hopefully he will be back by the conference championship, and we have most of our players ready for the conference championship. But I think this game they just need to just get through it without any injuries and get to the conference championship at this point. I hope you all caught that because I'm frozen on the screen.
We did. You just
I'm
I'm
gonna leave and come back in, y'all. All right.
Well, why are you talking to us like he on the phone? Hey, I'm gonna hang up and then I'm gonna call right back. All right. T-Bone, what do you think about our odds over these next couple of weeks with our team being so understaffed, I guess?
Well, a good home field advantage does that for you. And that's what we're going to have as we go through the next few games. So, get through this one, hopefully relatively injury-free or as little as you can get, and then just go ahead and do what you got to do the next couple weeks after that.
Yeah, exactly. Mario, what you say, big bro?
I'm gonna go with what T-Bone said. I mean, home field advantage does play a part, especially when you're undermanned, I should say. So as long as the city can rally around the team, I mean, I think we can pull this one out. They've been playing exceptionally well all this season. Some games have been better than others, but overall, I think they got a shot to win it all. Honestly, I mean, I really do. I really do think they got a shot to win it all. This team actually looks they gel pretty well together. They really do. Despite what that record may say, I think they gel really well together. So we shall see.
It's a great looking team. Oh, there we go. He's back. All right. So XFL, we or UFL, excuse me. We ain't worried. We ain't worried about them other teams over there. They gonna do what we do.
Until we get past the championship.
Yeah, it's the XFL Conference Championship and all of that stuff. But yeah, that's the talk on the Battlehawks, where call is the law. Now, fellas, anybody here been catching any of the WNBA games? Have you all fallen for the fanfare that was brought in by that one person? Let somebody tell it.
Man, it's more than just her. That whole draft class is amazing. Whether you watch women college basketball or not, that whole draft class was amazing. I'm sorry. That whole draft class stand was great. I mean, Caitlin was the headliner, but I would say overall, every team selected a great player to make their team better.
Chicago Sky got 2 for 1 with Angel Reese, and then damn, I just forgot her name. I'll have it. But yeah, as you can see on the screen, we're not attributing this to any one person, but we will say the league itself has grown so much that if you look at your screen on the right side, you will see the largest crowd for the Lakers, which is a whopping 18,997, almost 19,000. And then you're going to look at from last Friday night for the LA Sparks. They have now topped that crowd record with 19,103, the largest crowd between the Lakers and the Sparks. I don't want to go on record and say the largest crowd in WNBA history. I don't have that number. But that's just the largest crowd between two teams that share a space. Well, I guess 3 teams. You talk about the Clippers, but no one cares about the Clippers. All right, so when you look at this and you just look at the upward trend that WNBA basketball has been on since before Caitlin Clark, do we see nothing but high hopes and progression for the WNBA as the talent increases?
I sure hope so. Now shame on me. I haven't been tuned in to the WNBA a lot. I've heard a lot of what's going on, but I need to take myself to a TV screen and start watching these games. It's
Yeah.
a testament to how competitive and exciting the college game was for the women, and they're just bringing it up to the pro level. And I sure hope so, because it's good for sports. It's good for the sport of basketball, and it's good for the league to have a strong league for the WNBA. It's good for everybody, including the NBA as well. I think it's just good for just the whole sport of basketball, period, for the women's league to do well. So I'm rooting for them.
Okay. And just to get that name of the other player on the Chicago Sky, it's Camila Cardoso. That was the other player. She came over from the University of South Carolina. Shout out to Coach Dawn Staley over there. Also doing great things at the NCAA level, like we said. You get the attention there, and then from there you follow them to the WNBA, and then the eyes are staying on them, which is a great thing, and I am appreciating and loving the growth of the WNBA. The Black Mamba would be extremely proud of this growth as well. He would definitely be proud. Mario, what are you've been catching these games, man? You got a team in the WNBA?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna really be honest with y'all. My daughter lives in Vegas. So I was watching the Aces when they was going through. They actually built their team through the draft. Whether y'all believe it or not, they did. They built their championship team through the draft. So I've been an Aces fan when they were struggling. The first championship, yeah, it was legit. They won it. The second time, yeah, they for real. They for real. But I mean, if I had a team to really, really pick, I mean, that's really the team that I really watch is the Aces. Mm-hmm. I watch the Las Vegas Aces. I'm a all around basketball fan as it is anyway. And I watch the Liberty, and that's New York Liberty. I watch when they play. I try to catch Caitlin when she come on. I mean, she still has a lot of growth to adjust to as far as the league. But overall, like Sadal was saying, I think that this should expand women's basketball as a whole, as far as even globally, because they never really getting the recognition like they should. And these women go out and produce the same amount of energy, as men do. Not at that extreme, but they do put in a lot of hard work to develop their craft and become, some of the best players in the world. But yes, the Aces are my team.
Yeah, you spoke on the New York Liberty. I just want to shout out Sabrina Ionescu. She just set a franchise record with this game that they just won. She is having her 18th career game with 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. So she's over there making records, breaking records. I was a fan of Sabrina back when she was knocking them down in Oregon, my favorite college. So, I've been following her and her transition. And, there was a player on the New York Liberty by the name of Dee Dee Richards. And she was the hook, line, and sinker for my fandom. And, though she's gone, still a fan. I still believe, like I believe for the past couple of years, that the Liberty are going to win it all. This is their year. They've got a tough test in the Aces, but I feel like it can be done. I say it every year. And damn it, I'm going to hold on to it. T-Bone, your thoughts on this upward trajectory of just women's basketball in general?
I mean, I think it's great. The more leagues that you can have, the more stuff that you can have that'll draw numbers on television. For the record, that was a record set for the Sparks. For the Sparks. Yeah. the names threw me off. Yeah, for the Sparks, for their home attendance, that was their record. So that game drew some numbers. And I mean, look,
that was the WNBA record for largest attendance.
No, it was their Sparks specific.
Just for the Sparks. Okay.
Yeah,
but, I mean that's still a lot considering that they had Lisa Leslie and other great names on their team.
Yeah, there's some. There was another site that I think said something about it being a record, but I'm not sure because I see some other attendance here where it looks like some other teams had like 20,000 at different times, maybe towards the beginning or like in the 96, 97, that time period. But yeah, I think that, you know, whatever they can do to keep their momentum going to when they negotiate their next television rights deal, that's what they need to do. So, you know, promote what they need to promote to get that done. And whoever that is, you know, I will say this. There's been a lot of backlash to the fact that, yes, one person seems to be getting a lot of the credit for this. If I'm a player in the NBA, I gotta be, or WNBA, I don't care who's getting the credit. Just give me the money. Give me the money so I can get the cash. If y'all want to credit this one person, credit that one person. As long as y'all credit your card when you make that payment, so I get my money. All right, that's all I'm saying. Forget the recognition. At least right now, get the money. Then do what you got to do to be, you know, show you the best.
I'm with you, T-Bone.
Get the money to get to the cash. You got to get the money to get to the cash.
In today's pro sports landscape, TV deals are a lifeblood to pro leagues, and I'm praying that they get a good payday on one of these TV deals, man.
And they're separating from the NBA as far as, you know, because they used to be kind of like packaged together, kind of sold together in a way, except for the TNT one. But, you know, now they're going to be kind of doing their own thing, and they got their own stars that they can market. And yes, one of them, as we could say whatever we want, but one of them is clearly marketed above the others, and there's other ones who are the 1A and 2 and 3 to that person. So do what y'all got to do to market these people. I don't understand where the conflict comes. Like when LeBron James came into the league, by the way, nobody was like, how dare this kid who we broadcast games for in high school, how dare the NBA market this guy and get us more money as we move past the Michael Jordan era.
I wouldn't say nobody. Need I take you back to what his teammates thought of him in his first year? You've seen the clip. Somebody was upset. It was his own teammates. Did you forget about that?
I mean, they may have, but
they called him soft. Excuse my language. His own teammate called him a bitch. Like, bro.
And, you know,
that's called jealousy.
We on the same team.
And where is that guy that said that?
They were saying that in 2010 when he was in
at home.
When they was facing what was it, Dallas?
Well, that was hatred. That was like hatred because he left. We talking about him. He ain't even played a minute yet.
No, I'm talking about when he went to that finals, people were calling him all kinds of names. You ain't doing nothing. You supposed to be a dominant guy. You sitting there deferring to
Oh yeah, I think that's where LeBum came up when he would not show up in the fourth quarters. Man, what a time. Speaking of basketball and marketing and television rights, this wasn't on the docket, but I just want to bring it up. As the NBA restructured their TV deals, they struck gold with ESPN and they struck gold with NBC. Yes. And they, however, were not able or did not pursue a renewal with Turner Sports. Turner Sports is the home to TNT and more specifically Inside the NBA with Ernie, Kenny, Chuck, and Shaq. So what does that mean? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what it means. As of right now, after the 2024 and 25 NBA season, these four men will no longer, under TNT, be calling basketball because inside the NBA will be through at TNT. I keep saying at TNT because a year is a long time and we don't know what's going to happen. It's definitely 4 levels of talent that you would like to keep on air. More importantly, like to keep on air together with those umpteen years of chemistry. So, guys, when this news came out, what were your initial thoughts? And do you see them finding a home on another network? T-Bone, I'll start with you.
I mean, who's to say that their show can't stay on TNT? Like the NBA can sell the rights packages for their A games to NBC or Comcast as a whole. But that doesn't mean that they can't come up with a new deal or figure out a way. If you're TNT, yeah, okay, I don't have the money to compete for the A block of games, but hey guys, wouldn't it still be a good idea to have this show that people recognize as a good lead in to your sports teams, even if they have to change the channel to do it? I mean, I could see the NBA doing that. I brought it up before, but you know, you used to have Inside the NFL on HBO, and I think it was on Showtime at one point too. But you know, there's nothing that said that you can't have a recap or pregame or some type of show that you know is not on the same network as the games are actually played. Get it on Fox Sports all the time.
I mean, well, in my opinion, I feel like that'll spread it thinner. Because keep in mind, they also have their own things on NBA TV, which the NBA themselves sell those packages for you to have the exclusive TV shows on NBA TV, the NBA TV showing those low card games like Kings and, well, back when they were trash, Kings and Thunder, things like that. You know, they would show those lower tier games and they would charge for that.
Part of the deal is, you know, these packages is like, you get exclusive rights as networks for the, you know, everything that's NBA. So I mean, it'd be nice to do, but here's my dream scenario, man. Now, Chuck was saying that he has his production company and they were talking about, you know, keeping their show together. And I've heard Rich Eisen talk about this, and he was saying that a lot of networks want their own show, like studio shows. They want to bring their own people in, and it's not a guarantee that you'll have the 4 of them together. Here's my dream scenario. If I was running NBC Sports, I have an iconic network for NBA. I got one of the best theme songs. When you hear a NBA on NBC, if I was an executive there, I would pay a premium to have the best the best studio show in sports on my network. I would pay a premium to get all 4 of those guys there on NBC. Can you imagine that? Sunday game, you got the game of the week on NBC. You got the music playing, and they paying to Shaq, Kenny, Chuck, and the crew in the studio, in the NBC studio. I would pay for that. I don't care about getting any other guys than these 4 guys in my studio show. So
plus, that would be a good way to bring in like viewers that aren't accustomed to NBA on the NBC. Because think about it, that was how many years has it been since that? At least 20,
30,
at least 30.
No, it ain't been 30 years.
How long after the last did they go off the air?
They were on TV from like 1990 to like 2005 or 2006 or something like that.
Okay, so almost 20 years
since they've been up. That's a good introduction to come back.
I mean, why wouldn't an executive, a TV executive, bring those guys along for our studio show?
Well, Ernie's already said he don't want to go anywhere else.
Money talks.
I think Ernie locked in as far as Turner Sports GOAT.
Because he's like one of their main sports guys. He calls a lot of things.
But you can call multiple networks. Look at the NFL. You had Kurt Herbstreit calling games for Amazon Prime and then calling games for ESPN in college football.
Yeah.
So it's not unheard of.
Kurt got one of the best deals in networking right now. Period. He does.
Yeah. And who's to say if I want these 4 guys in my studio, I would pay the money.
Now,
I mean,
how much would it take, Ernie?
I think the problem is you have to remember when Ernie was sick, like Turner was. He feels like that family was there for him. I don't think that he wants to leave I don't think he wants to leave that group. Plus, they're in Atlanta, right?
He doesn't have to leave. He can work for both.
Maybe.
I mean, but flying between Atlanta and New York will be a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
go ahead, T-Bone.
I was just gonna say, like, again, I get what y'all are saying, but just because the deals right now are the way that they are, like this Amazon package is something new that's being carved in. There was only the 2 networks that were showing the games before. I'm not saying that TNT would continue to show games. I'm saying that this game about the NBA, I could see them absolutely coming to some arrangement to at least for whatever years are left on these guys' contracts with Turner to carve out a deal to where that they can have some type of, and it doesn't have to be a pregame show. It could just
be a weekly show, honestly.
Weekly studio show about the NBA, keep the name, and that way you get content from those guys on their network. And again, you can do it at non-conflicting times. But again, they have money that they could pay to have some type of deal where they could get that in.
I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is how I look at it. I'm not really looking at it from a money aspect. Do y'all know that this show has won, I think maybe 1 or 2 Emmys because of how good they are?
Mm-hmm.
This show, if you've ever looked at it, is raw. It's unscripted. It's raw. They do what they want to do.
Like us.
Yeah, like us. They do what they want to do. They say what they want to say to a degree. To a degree. Now, transitioning to NBC, I don't know if I got you, Smoooth. I don't know if they're going to be able to continue to provide the same type of content on a major network like that. You know, when they come into your household at 11:30 or 11 o'clock at night, you know, you looking for something that's gonna entertain you. Most sports shows like this, that's late like that, you're not getting entertained. You're being entertained by these 4 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Consistently. Consistently. Either it's Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, whatever day it is, you're being entertained by these guys. And I don't think that they're going to be able to be as genuine as they are if they go to another network. I just can't see them being the same. I don't think it's going to be like that.
I don't see NBC having a problem with being able to say whatever they want. Let's keep in mind, NBC is home of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, but Saturday Night Live
ain't no filter on there lately.
Yeah, but well, it has changed. It has changed. Yeah, I agree. But this different. You talking about something totally different.
But Mario, if you're bringing somebody like inside or the studio show in, you bringing those guys in, you know what you bringing in.
Yeah,
you know what you bringing in. You don't want to mess up. You don't want to mess it up.
Them FCC payments gonna be nice.
That's the thing, though. That's the thing, though. Are they gonna let them be themselves?
Besides that, though, you got to factor this in too, which is why I don't think that the solution is going to be what you think. Because one, I don't think a the main games aren't going to be on regular NBC. That's probably going to be more like a Sunday night, Saturday night, something like that. Not during the week.
Right.
But also during the week, you know, those games are going to be on, what is it, NBC Sportsnet, Peacock probably. But
if they're taking TNT's spot, then they'll get those weeklies because TNT was like Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
But some of those are going to be on the cable network. Some of those are probably going to be streaming. You'll probably only get on NBC proper, like KSDK here. You're only going to get that on like Saturday or Sunday because what you're forgetting is
Sunday
news. And the way that everything works right now, you know, right now, playoffs will probably be different. But as far as the regular season, you know, you have a pregame show normally, you have the game, and then you have a post-game show with them. You're not going to get that on during the week with that because the news is there. No network is going to be like, we're just going to bump the news.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will. They definitely bump it here, especially during March Madness. It gets bumped.
Yes,
like, the news be all out of whack
for very special occasions. But we're talking about a regular season, you know, not for 6 months.
Hey, brother, you know what we was talking about earlier? That
not the local news. That's not going to happen. They'll carve it out. They'll carve it out for football because football is a ratings giant. The NBA is good with ratings, but it's not NFL.
And that studio show is not a ratings giant.
It's okay, but again,
okay.
What studio show
okay.
You're
talking about First Take. He must be talking about First Take, Undisputed. He's talking about High Noon. That's what he's talking about.
Right. It's good for it's good for cable ratings for sure. If you're talking about broadcast ratings, where the neighborhood probably draws in about 4 or 5 million people, and inside the NBA may draw like 1 million. It's not like it's that fewer people that have cable than broadcast to make that significant number. It is fewer people, but I'm just saying, like, they're not going to. The local news is the highest rated show on local television. You're not going to get it as far as in the local areas. They're not going to bump the local news regularly for 2 or 3 days a week for the NBA. It's just not going to happen. You get it on the weekends. So
all I'm saying is, if you cut a 7 o'clock broadcast to give us a 10 o'clock, and nowadays in news, the 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock are all just recirculated. Honestly, it's like we're going to touch on this story. They'll tell you at 6, we've got more at 10. They'll tell you at 7, point. We got more at 10. So if you pushing off the stories to your main slot, which is your 10 o'clock, and you're devaluing the 6 o'clock and the 7 o'clock, like, think about it. They always say new at 5, but we'll talk about this at 6. Oh, we told you we'll talk about it at 6. We're going to talk about it at 7. We told you we're going to talk about it at 7. We're going to talk about it at 10. Here we go. We're going to talk about it for 45 seconds. We made you wait 3 hours for 45 seconds.
I think Stanton, the producer made a good point. You can have the studio show on Peacock. And then and then on the weekend, I'm saying I can envision them on a Sunday. The main show that having the studio show on the network on the weekends. So you wouldn't lose any of the news during the week because you'll have them on Peacock. If you choose to watch them on Peacock, which a lot of people will, they'll be on Peacock, and then on the Sunday game, they will be on Sundays. So I can envision that happening.
They also got a cable channel.
I got one more question. What's the cable
USA?
Channel? Oh
right?
Yeah, NBC Sports Network. I think still right.
No, I think you got rid of that. I think it's just USA and
I was there.
Sci-Fi.
Real quick, Mario, I know you got to go, so I'm gonna ask you this first, and then you can get on out of here. What if, like what these other networks are doing, how they have the in-show broadcast, like during the game, you've got them somewhere off site talking about the game, like giving another opinion of another live
Like
commentary.
Monday Night Football, what they do with the Manning brothers.
The Manning
Something
cast.
like that. And I know they do it in basketball because apparently Kevin Hart and his friends have done one.
Yeah, Kevin Hart and them, they do it during the playoffs. I just saw it last weekend.
Yeah.
Past week.
So something like that. If they incorporate those four into something like that, do you see that working?
Why would you want to split it up though? That's the thing. It's so good. It's so golden when they together. For them to split it up, I don't think it's like what Sadal was saying. I don't think you're gonna get no ratings like that. You won't have a lot of people tuning in. You know what I'm saying? You put Charles here and you got Kenny over there and you got Shaq doing this thing. I don't think a lot of people are tuned in. I just don't. I mean, it's a when they formed this bond that they got, it was just unbreakable. I mean, they just gel so well. It's hard to see them, all four of them not being together. To me, 1, 2, 3, 5 of them. Is it 5 of them or 4 of them? 5 of them.
It's the main four, and then they got like those regular rotators in case.
Yeah, so it's 4. It's hard when they created this. Like I remember when it was just Ernie by himself. He didn't get no ratings when he was on TNT. He didn't. So they had to figure out a way to draw the people in because it was honestly, it was a waste of time. I never really watched it.
They had Chris Webber at one time.
Yeah, when they slowly brought in Kenny and then they brought in Chuck, it was great. But when they added Shaq to that show,
icing on that
cake. It took it to a whole nother level. That's why I'm saying if NBC can get the money and get the contract straight, I would love to see it on NBC. I really would, because it's been years since it's been on. NBA has been on NBC. I would love to see it. So, if there was one network I would like to see have it, it would be NBC. T-Bone, you pointing at me like you got something.
I just thought about one other thing though. As far as streaming, is Max and Peacock, are those, and Netflix, are those the ones that are about to bundle for something?
I was reading about that. I can't remember exactly which one it is. I was reading about that, but I mean, people got to prepare themselves. Streaming services is going to be the way.
Well, but if they're
talking about the sports streaming, T-Bone.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
You're talking about the sports streaming network.
Yeah,
it was Fox and ABC.
There's
Fox and ABC.
Fox Sports and ABC Sports. But they're gonna have a big this fall. They're gonna have a big sports streaming network.
There's one that has Peacock in it because it's something that's going to be for Comcast subscribers.
Yeah, it's introduced by Comcast. It's a Peacock, Netflix and Apple TV Plus streaming bundle.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know that.
No, that's just, you can get all three of those services for $15. That's all they're doing. They're just
okay.
Like
so
how,
but then there's
like
also
Hulu, Disney Plus and ESPN type deal.
Okay, so if you got Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max,
ESPN,
then that could be something where again maybe Turner, Max, and Disney bundle together, and again they keep the show as it is right now on cable on TNT, or maybe they transfer that to Max where they can kind of benefit from having that. But then you also wind up getting a situation where, okay, when it comes playoff times and these games are on ABC, maybe that's your lead in, for that on ABC, when you have those guys together.
Well,
if I could make a prediction, I know it's dangerous on this show.
Do it.
You just told us it was dangerous. Now, here you go making predictions.
I know. But either way it goes, wherever the way, you are not going to see the last of these four together after the 2025 season. You're not.
And on that note, Sadal, I'm gonna agree with you on that, and I will holler at you guys later. I'm out.
All right, Mario, we appreciate your time, brother. He's on here 2 times. I ain't never seen that before. Well, except for when Sadal camera froze up on him. All right. Well, anyway.
Shade.
Is it that time?
It's cold over here.
Is it that time?
It's cold. Well, let's heat it up. It's that time, y'all. Now, we are about to inform some people.
Oh, boy.
We about to let some people know, y'all. It's time for a segment that I love.
People? What people?
It is called LANK. And that stands for let a naysayer. Let a naysayer know. That's what it stands for. If you heard anything else, I mean, it stands for that too. But on this show, it stands for let a naysayer know. Sadal, you've been waiting all show for this. He ruined the surprise earlier. Surprise, the segment is back. But Sadal, who or whom is the naysayer that you would like to let know a few things? Brother, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I would like to let these naysayers know.
He was gonna say the word.
With the as far as the Negro League players getting recognition in the MLB record books. Now, there's a lot of naysayers online that maybe disagree with them being included in the major league records. They have a lot of different shade they're throwing, saying that, hey, if you're gonna let them in, let the women's league in and let the Japanese players and stats in the game. And you know, it has a lot of dare I say racial undertones to their commentary. A lot of
not different. I thought you were gonna say different shades, like the Peter Griffin test.
Yes, little different shades.
Yeah,
a lot of passive aggressive racism going on online, right? Well, I want to point to you in 1969. Yes, 1969.
We landed on the moon.
Sure did.
Yeah, and they also did something else. They also did something similar. MLB looked back in the record books in the 1800s and let other pro leagues in the 1800s, the Federal League and all these other leagues, and they combined their records into the record books.
The Federal League sound like an op.
And they see what the audience don't know is they don't see the comments that
Tootsie Roll.
Anyway,
cotton candy. Okay.
So they've already done this before. They've added all of these players' records from the past, even older than the Negro Leagues. But it was no problem, you know? It was no problem then. But now it's a problem now. It's a problem when they do it in 69. It's a problem when we do it right here in 2024.
It's always a problem when they do it in 69.
But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about the level of players here. The Negro Leagues, it's an argument that who was the real major leagues at that time? The best players was playing in the Negro Leagues. You know, you had Satchel Paige, you had Buck Leonard, you had Josh Gibson, Papa Bell.
Papa Bell.
Jackie Robinson played. All of these players that was denied the right to play against people like Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, Ty Cobbs. And let me started with Ty Cobb. Oh, racist. Anyway, all these players didn't have the opportunity to play against each other. And when they did, a lot of the major league teams forbid the MLB teams from playing and barnstorming with the Negro League players because they knew if the truth got out, then the gig was up. So they knew who the best players were. You're just recognizing them now. So all these naysayers, you need to step aside, take your racist behind somewhere else with that mess, and let real skilled players get recognized as they should in the MLB.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sadal, I ain't gonna hold you. I thought you were gonna drop another gem on us along the lines of college football. I'm glad you didn't. I thought you were gonna tell us, Negro baseball, was played better. But anyway, I thought you were gonna give it to us.
No.
I was like, oh Lord, cut the feed. Cut the feed. Cut it. Cut the feed.
I almost didn't get through it because of doggone Mr. Producer here, man, cracking these jokes.
Summer of '69, baby. Woo, wild. T-Bone, you got a naysayer you want to let know something?
I do, but I don't. But I don't know if I can hold it in. I don't know if I can stand anymore. I know y'all hear me come on here and y'all hear me talk about wrestling here and there, and I really try to cut back on the wrestling talk if I can. But there's some times where people do some stuff that just I just can't hold it in anymore. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to try to get through this as best as I can without saying any names of any companies, without trying to get people confused of what I'm saying. But there was a company that had a event, some may call it a pay-per-view, within the past couple weeks that were. Oh, actually, there were several events on that same day. This past weekend.
Was it WCW?
No.
It was WWF.
No. But if you'd like to know,
NJPW.
But if you'd like to know more, please give me a call on the hotline 1-900-909-9900.
900. Hold on.
But anyway,
standing by.
900 lines. The 900 lines. Oh, y'all nasty.
Let me tell you something that kind of grinds my gears a little bit. When we're watching wrestling, again, we've all seen some stuff where they've done a bunch of things where it's, we take things to the extreme and wow, look at that spectacular and all that type of stuff. But one thing that's always been true is that whenever you do something, it's supposed to have consequence. Can we agree with that? Like when we watch wrestling, when someone falls, it should hurt to some degree. Now, those degrees differ depending on, how high they're falling from or what they're falling on to. But we can all understand that if you fall, it hurts. If someone hits you, it hurts. Would you agree that if someone sets you on fire, that should probably hurt? Can we agree on that?
Yeah, I don't fool with fire.
No.
Here's the thing.
If fire hot, man.
I serve protects me from fires.
In one company, I think that people should understand that fire hurts. Stuff is supposed to hurt. And if you don't show it hurting, then what are you doing? What's the purpose? Well, there was a company that had a show this past weekend where someone not only got set on fire, but someone took a, what's the word that I'm looking for? Flamethrower. They had a flamethrower and lit someone's legs on fire to where the legs are on a blaze of fire, and they're running around for about 7 seconds. And then for about 7 seconds, and then someone puts the fire out after that. Okay,
so the match over, right?
Hey, you would think so,
right?
That's got to be it. You were set on fire.
You set on fire zone.
Now
you were grilled. You were Memorial Day. They grilled you.
Let's step out the
Bob.
Let's step out the
side of the hot dog.
Let's step out the side of the realm of wrestling for a second. If someone sets on fire like that, you would expect ambulances, chaos, and everything to ensue after that to get this person to the hospital immediately.
Milk, aloe vera, something for them 3rd-degree.
Thank you. And by the way, as a person who was just burned by a bowl of cream of wheat this past summer, I can tell you that it is extremely painful. But people, by the way, if you put some cream of wheat in a microwave that's above you, cover yourself. Make sure you protect yourself, because if it falls and it burns, it will leave several marks.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that firsthand, would you? You wouldn't.
T-Bone, hold on. Because I have questions. What the hell are you doing walking around here with limited clothes, eating cream of wheat? T-Bone, what the hell be going on in the funk house?
I mean, what? I had the tank top on, but that tank top didn't
be walking around.
I'm sorry, T-Bone. These sidebars. I'm sorry.
You walking around like Ving Rhames off Baby Boy.
Let's just say I was charbroiled after that. You know what I mean? Like it was painful, very painful. Anyway, so this person is set on fire. The match continues on with some other people. It was a big team match, and then the match, you know, is they're in the ring, and then about 10-15 minutes later, the guy who was set on fire comes walking back.
Goes in the ambulance to a local hospital and is treated for his burns,
he didn't.
right?
No. The person who was set on fire comes and runs. Remember, his legs were set on fire. He runs and then delivers a move and gets the pinfall and wins the match.
You know, T-Bone, I don't appreciate you just hiding these names. I could tell you exactly who it was.
I don't want
it had to be either Shadrach, Meshach, or Abednego. It had to be one of them three. Because to be
Larry, or Curly.
One of them. Because to be in the flames, that's a biblical miracle, ain't it? It's got to be something.
It's got to be something.
That's got to be who it was.
Daniel in the lion's den.
It was 3 out of the 4 Ninja Turtles.
Listen, it's a little too much for me when it comes to, you know, obviously you have to suspend your disbelief to a certain degree for some things that you watch. But come on, man. Like, you set someone on fire, make it mean something. There needs to be consequence to that. If you're watching a movie and a person who's not a superhero that has a reason to have some type of superpowers and superhuman strength, if it happens to the regular person, there's consequence to that. And when you take consequence out of these things, you desensitize the audience to where nothing is believed and bought anymore. And to get a reaction from people, if fire doesn't do it, what do you have to do to get a reaction from people?
You know who I blame? I blame Vin Diesel. That's who I blame. I blame Vin Diesel and the entire Fast and Furious franchise. Because somewhere after 6, they magically gave Dominic superpowers. And now everybody thinks that they got these superpowers. Think about it. This man done drove through. He done pulled down columns and buildings with him inside and survived. What we are getting now in that wrestling company that shall be nameless and all that, what they're giving us is Super Cena. Everybody is Super Cena. You can get thrown into a burning building. You can get thrown through a wood chipper. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to run out intact and win the match.
What they're giving us is
wood chipper, schmut chipper.
What they're giving us is a degree under Scary Movie, right? You used to have your slasher films where there was stuff that would happen to people. And then in the 90s, they were like, you know, that's kind of silly. And we'll make a movie that still has that, but we'll acknowledge some of the silliness. Remember, that was what Scream initially was. And I Know What You Did Last Summer. They were like, well, we're self-aware and we're going to kind of make fun, but we're still going to have a movie of consequence. And then you get the Scary Movie where it's like, we're just going to make fun of everything and everything's going to be silly. And this is like, even in Scary Movie, there was consequence to stuff that happened, even if it was presented as silly. There's not even a consequence that's happening to it. It's just presented as silly. You're just supposed to laugh at it. I don't like it. I don't think I ever will.
The best thing that I can equate it to is the second to last Halloween movie where they set the house on fire and then he walked out of the burning house.
Gone are the days of kayfabe and making the audience.
It's not kayfabe. It's selling.
It's literally taking a movie and, you know, okay, it's like taking a movie and it's like, well, the audience knows that there's a green screen here, so why even fill the green screen up? Let's just show them the green screen. That's what this is.
Yeah. Yes, the psychology of wrestling is gone out the window.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Don't do it again.
I will say, I'm not sure who brought it up, but someone brought up the fact that I don't know if I can say this word out loud. T-Bone, correct me if I'm wrong, but no one is selling like they used to. Am I allowed to say that word?
Yeah, and by the way, I know we're running long here, but I don't think people really understand what selling actually means. Selling is not just as simple as you hit a move and that's reacting. That's not selling. Selling is the idea of what just happened had consequence. If I dropped you on, you got me started now because I'm going to have to go back to a couple weeks ago where someone was pile driven in the ring. And then they were pile driven again. And then they got up and somehow were able to win the match, as if dropping someone on the top of their head with all their body weight is not supposed to have consequence. It should. Oh, and by the way, after the match, this person is pile driven on the stairs and then slingshotted into the frame of the ring. And this person was still up grabbing a chair ready to defend themselves after all of this. If you don't have consequence, you don't have a show. Things have to have consequence.
And I can't believe I'm bringing this guy up because he wasn't really a traditional wrestler, but he did this thing perfectly. Andy Kaufman.
Yes.
He did it perfectly. He let this run for years.
Yes, when Andy Kaufman was pile driven by Jerry Lawler one time, he was in a neck brace, was legitimately transported to the hospital, even though he was not actually hurt. He made them believe that he was hurt to go to the hospital so that it would get in the news, so that this would go on. Now, that's kayfabe. Now, I'm not even asking for kayfabe in this sense. I'm just asking for, if Andy Kaufman is pile driven, for Andy Kaufman not to, well, you know, guys, I'm just going to get up. Because it was just
all right, guys. Same time next week. Okay.
Yeah, right. Like, just don't do that. Like, have consequence. And that is something that people do not understand. And then when they have to do more and more and more to get a reaction, and then someone at 50 years old decides that, you know what I got to do? I got to climb to the top of this 15-foot high cage. And as I'm looking down, I'm instantly regretting it. I can't come down now, so I'm just going
my hip.
Not fully commit. And I'm not even blaming him as much as I'm blaming the general principle of this need to do all this extra stuff that means nothing just for the sake of doing it. It makes no sense.
And then there's breaking news around that. Of course, he loses his title. He has to vacate his title because he's got
two. Unfortunately, those are two different instances in the same show.
Oh, what? What?
Yeah. That wasn't the guy who was caught on fire. No,
I'm talking about what T-Bones just talked about. Adam Copeland.
No, that's not who it was. That's not who was set on fire.
He had to vacate his title because he broke his leg. Yes, that is true.
Yes,
he broke his leg.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But regardless of the belt, because the belt is obviously TV prop, I'm just saying that the fact that he would have to feel the need at 50 years old to do that is more of a reflection on the pressure that's being given, which is the stuff that I've been saying for years. I've been advocating and saying, like, hey man, maybe we should tone some of this down a little bit because it puts people in bad spots, and it's going to the rate of danger is going to increase to a point where it's just going to result in every week someone gets significantly injured because, well, that's just what we do. Bret Hart is one of my favorite wrestlers as a kid. Sometimes a little dry, sometimes, but the meat was always good. You know what I mean? Yep. He always did it. He was
my favorite too.
Pause. The meat was always good. Brother, hold on, man.
No,
you gotta give other words before you just might have been a little. What's crazy is he said it might have been a little dry, but the meat was good. What is happening, T-Bone?
He cooked, and sometimes that turkey came out to be a little dry, but then
there you go. You gotta give specific nouns. You can't just give general.
Oh boy, go ahead and clip it. See where this is going. All right, clip it. But anyway, my point is that Bret Hart was one of the people who would say it the best. Like, the objective of wrestling is not to hurt each other and leave someone injured. The point is to sell and tell a story.
Yes.
And if you can't tell that story without feeling the need to continuously do stuff that, again, it's you're giving to the audience, you know, hey, buy this one cheeseburger and get 50 cheeseburgers for free. That doesn't make any sense. And that's what happens at this point now.
I'm hungry, man.
Yeah, me too. Dinner's ready.
Oh, so everybody just got
I got some frozen emos in the freezer right now. Waiting.
I got McDonald's a few minutes away from my house.
I got some chicken and it's not dry.
Glad you said chicken.
Would you rather I say duck, turkey, ham?
Just don't
just
say
as long
meat.
as you give it a name.
Don't say meat.
Just don't generalize it.
Just
you know, this is more a reflection on y'all than me. You know what I mean? Like,
you're the one that said it.
I don't know what y'all be snacking on, but I you know, lifesavers. Yeah, that did come in handy, huh? Reflection on y'all, man. You're dirty.
we got to wrap this show up real quick because I'm hungry.
Yeah, T-Bone definitely thought he had these like lifesavers, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Lifesavers, huh? Yeah.
Lifesaver, yeah.
You're safe.
You know, that's the first time I've been on the show.
Get it?
I don't even get a proper greeting. You filthy, dirty, disgusting trash bag. Whatever Jericho used to say.
Stupid idiot.
Whatever. All right. You're a bit much. Bit much.
Okay. Yeah.
Wrap it up, please.
All right.
Yeah, this ain't the man cave late night.
It's not. What? This is not. We are not in a transition. Hey, this is, as always, we had a great show. You know, shout out to Mario. Shout out to Craig Black. They had to leave a little early, but you know, shout out to them for being a important and always consistent part of this panel. I want to shout out T-Bone, and I want to shout out Sadar. I want to shout out everybody that has been able to fill in my absence. Brothers was booked and busy
and Smoooth
over the last couple months. Shout out Smoooth. Shout out Smoooth. He stepped in. I saw that. I was like, oh snap. Oh man, this has been one of the more entertaining man cases. Thank you, Miss Dub. But yeah, I've been gone. It's good to be back. I'm back a year older, a year wiser. I'm officially 30 now. I felt it in my right knee on that day. Ain't nobody warned me about it on this panel.
30. Please.
Ain't nobody warned me about these knee pains. All of y'all suck.
Hear this, T-Bone, man. 30. Oh, I felt it.
You know what that sound like? Y'all sound like some AARP toting haters right now. That's what y'all sound like. And it's fine. It's fine. Go ahead and get your weekly magazine. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead. Get you whatever it's called. I don't know. Y'all 30. Yes, 30.
Keep living, man. Just keep living.
Look, I'm tired of people saying that to me because every time they say it, some more shit happens. Stop. Stop. Can I just live on my own? Wait until you double that 30. Lord. Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, hey, for right now, in this
Lord willing, I get there too.
In this one iteration of 30, I am Stanton. This has been the Man Cave. Make sure you check in next week for the ladies holding it down on Ladies Night, and make sure you follow us on Instagram. Make sure you get at us on the X. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channels, and click on that bell so when we go live, you'll be notified. And don't forget, we're also in high definition on Roku, and then we are in some pure HD audio, baby, courtesy of Hot 365 Radio, where it's always hot. That's it. That's the show. I ain't got nothing else to say. Call is law. Bang, bang. Niners lost that thing. And we'll see y'all next month.
Boy, oh boy.